Yep.
We don't have sound?
Hi. No, we do now. We do now. We're good.
So we've been talking to nobody?
Yes, we have.
Same as usual
Man,
for this podcast.
Look
it's
at the
fine.
internet.
Man, we probably should have checked those Let's Plays. Hope they have audio.
Oh, we heard them.
Okay.
The Let's Play thing we'd already fixed
All right.
after the update.
Okay. Okay.
If not, it just fits right in with our fucking train wreck Let's Play schedule that we've had lately.
Yeah. Train wrecks.
Train wrecks.
At least we're trying.
Rex.
We can't hear us now, right? Right.
Hello.
Senor Bill.
Turn up your volume.
YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming.
What?
Push more video.
Give more
What the
bits.
fuck are you talking about?
I don't know.
This one's already like way higher than the other one.
I know. What?
He can hear now.
What?
Smiley face.
What's the bit rate set to?
High? Like plenty high.
The highest.
Let's get
4,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
4,020.
more than double, almost double what the other one is.
That's what it should be.
Yeah.
It looks fine. Fuck everybody.
Fuck the haters.
Yeah.
We're on high quality now.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
We're on high quality.
Yeah, we're on weed quality.
Episode 420, am I right? Oh, wait.
Oh, only 320 episodes to go. But sadly, we will never get there.
Probably not.
Because the heat death of the Earth will happen first.
Most likely.
Yes.
I mean, just think how long it took us to get to actual 100. We're like 99 and a
Yeah.
half.
I mean, we are now tied with Bamfcast Extra for 100 episodes.
It's true. We've been doing this
Well,
a
do
whole
you
lot
remember
less
when we
time.
started, we were going to do it every other week?
Yeah.
Along with Bamcast every week?
yeah.
Well,
Is
actually,
that-
in the beginning, we never had a schedule for anything.
No, it was just
like
like,
Bamcast
you got games?
was just like, well, Bamcast was literally like, oh, what night are you free this week?
Oh.
All right. And so we'd have like 4 in the can before we actually would post any of them.
Oh man, remember when we could record podcasts
Yeah.
Man, I do.
Well, and then we tried.
whenever we wanted?
For a while there,
I
we
do.
tried alternating weeks. We were doing Bamcast one week, No Quarters the next.
Yeah.
Well,
and
but then-
and then we were
but
just
what
like,
happened was,
then we were
like-
just like, I haven't played any games. I don't know anything about games.
Yeah, and wasn't episode 2, wasn't it like we recorded episode 1, posted it, then we recorded episode 2, and then we recorded episode 3 that referenced a bunch of stuff in episode 2, but then the sound like got fucked up in episode 3, so that we had to throw away both episodes 2 and 3 and re-record 3 again,
I don't remember this. But
and
all
that
right.
became
sounds
episode 2.
Okay.
Yeah, it was something like that. We were not good at podcasting back then.
Who says we are now?
Listen, we know how to hit record, and we know how to speak into microphones. And honestly, we know how to not talk over each other. I've heard so many
Yeah, we do.
podcasts-
I don't know.
Yep. Yep.
I just
It was sitting on a tee. It wasn't. I didn't even pitch it. It was
You're
just
right.
sitting on the tee,
Yeah. It
was
waiting
a-
to get smacked off there.
It was a T-ball.
But seriously, I've tried a few other podcasts lately, and it's just like there'll always be a moment where suddenly everyone's talking over each other, or two people neither one wants to cede their point, so they will just start talking over each other and getting a little bit louder, and it's like.
Get a little bit louder now.
Do you even listen to these things? Do you understand how this works? But no, they don't.
They make me want
But we're pretty good about it, I think. We only talk over Chuck, really.
well, I mean, he doesn't have an opinion worth listening to, so
Whoa! Roasted!
Oh, the first No Quarters. It was 2009, I believe.
Yeah, I think. It was like 6 months after we started Bamfcast. We were like, maybe we should.
It
do
was
a video
whenever
game.
Idle Thumbs went on hiatus.
Yeah, like after episode 50,
Which
and
is
they were
why
like,
I'm
they
wearing
were
that
like,
t-shirt
they were like, we're
tonight.
done.
We'll pick up the
And
baton.
Because aren't they on hiatus again? Or
They
what?
are.
Hiatus.
Like, I started trying to catch
Hiatus.
up. I realized I was
Hiatus.
a full year behind on Idle Thumbs.
wow.
And
At least you've
Important
got Idle
Truth.
Thumbs to look forward to for
I
a little while.
know. But so, when they went to Valve, were they just like, listen, we can't do the podcast anymore? Or were they, what did they say?
I
'Cause
think-
I wanted to jump ahead, but then I didn't want to jump ahead.
I think what it seems to boil down to is with the move, they just haven't had time to do it.
Okay.
You know, that's what I feel like it boils down to. It didn't sound like Valve said no more podcast. It sounds like we just
They all got
yeah.
busy.
Everybody's moving and everybody's busy and
Everybody's
Did-
grooving.
yes.
Did Sean Vanneman go with him?
I don't know. I
Because
honestly
he was
cannot
kind
keep
of
track
on
of
the outs for a while. Not outs, but he just kind of removed himself from the whole podcast
Yeah,
thing
and-
for a while.
They've mentioned that occasionally, like somebody wrote in and asked them about Sean, and they kind of brushed it off like, hey, he's just doing his own thing.
Yeah.
So who knows? I don't want to speculate at all because I have zero information with which to do.
Yeah.
So
I hope
But-
they come back though.
me too. It's my favorite video game podcast on the internet.
Yep. I agree.
It's the only video game podcast I listen to on the internet because it is the standard by which I judge others, and everything else fails.
yeah.
And I can't listen to, like, as insightful and funny as those guys can sometimes be, the Giant Bomb guys. I can't listen to 12 hours of a podcast every week.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think like Giant Bomb was just too much for me. Like every episode being 3 hours every week was just like, oh, I can't do it.
That's when I first tried to get into it. When you guys first told me about it, they're like, "Oh, you listen to Giant Bomb." I'm like, "Okay."
Well, and honestly, like it never was the same once Ryan died.
Yeah.
Like honestly, like when Ryan was there, it was so good because he was able to steer conversations effortlessly.
Yeah.
And he'd know when to let people just keep going and just like keep digging the funny hole.
Right.
And then there's other times when he knew to just like throw water on the fire and just be like, all right, moving on.
Yep.
This isn't going anywhere.
Yeah, and even like I was even trying to listen back then, and I had all the time in the world to listen to podcasts. I just couldn't stay on that same
Yeah.
wavelength for 3 hours. It was too much. In addition to everything else I was trying to listen to.
Yeah. Oh well.
Tickle me balls.
Yeah. Oh god, yeah. His liver spotted balls.
That's in the 10th anniversary show.
It better be.
It is.
Along with fucking
Never.
Yeah, never has to be in there.
What?
The Wii
These
presentation.
These guys definitely play games. These guys might play games, and this lady never.
That's not in there.
What?
That is like the no.
What?
That is the
Not
single
in there.
greatest thing.
Never is not in there.
No,
The fuck?
it's not. It's not.
That's like us doing a no quarters retrospective and not having like us doing the whole Alan Wake has 87 thermoses in his house thing. Like it's just like, why would you not have that in there? Like
Or 50 Cent and hates helicopters.
Yeah. I think we got like 3 hours on 50 Cent hating helicopters.
That's crazy. Because never is like that's the one Giant Bomb thing.
Oh, God.
I always never. Hey, you want to come play some Mario?
never.
Oh,
It's also Game Cop.
yeah. Yeah. I'm over here just selling some weed. Yeah.
Oh man, I miss Ryan. I miss Ryan more than people I've met that have died. People I've known that have died. I miss him more than them.
Yeah. We're too human. It's a motherfucking video game.
Oh fucking. Yeah. So should we talk about video games?
Oh,
should we do that?
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
we're talking about all these video game podcasts. We're the only one left. John
Yeah.
Baum, they're done.
Yeah.
They just quit.
They all ended.
They were like,
Wait,
man,
they
10
didn't?
years. We're done.
No. I was like, I don't know. I haven't been keeping up. For all I know.
Yeah. And we're done. We
Yeah.
hit 100.
Yeah, this is
That's
100.
true, yeah.
We
Yeah, so
have to
why the fuck
destroy
would
the
we
studio
keep
when this is
doing
over.
it?
Yeah.
We
Enjoy
have
this.
achieved
Yeah,
no
man.
more video games.
Strike the set.
I don't have to play video games anymore,
Right.
so
Yeah.
I'm not gonna.
No, now you're going to play all the video games. That would be what
yeah,
you do.
That is just full-time
Yeah,
video
yeah.
game.
You keep
Non-stop.
interrupting Bamcast. Be like, guys,
Guys who play video game. Yeah.
Sorry guys, I can't Bamcast tonight. I got a video game.
Texting us all day.
you guys told me about Dead Cells.
Yeah.
Holy shit. We need to talk about Dead Cells.
No, it has to be
complaining.
something from like 5-6 years ago that we were raving about. Dude.
Tornado outbreak.
Skyrim. I've played Skyrim.
Skyrim, that's really good. I don't know if you know
Tornado.
about
Mass Effect Andromeda. It's not that bad.
Yeah.
Why did everyone hate this?
That'll be my take in 2070.
We're not going to live that long.
I
Guys,
mean,
I finally caught up on Dead Space. That's some good horror stuff.
Yeah,
It's a good
spooky.
game.
Did you know it's in space? It's right in the title,
I had
but
to use
you don't know.
47 adapters to connect the video game console to my TV because it's 2077.
No, man, it's still on Steam. Totally play. Steam will be forever.
Yeah, Steam never dies.
Yeah. Just set it to online mode. Download everything. Set it to offline mode. You're good.
Yep.
All right. So you ready?
Sure. Let's do this.
Let us light this candle.
want me to clap it or smack it or whatever?
Yeah,
Flip and
smack it
rub
up,
down.
flip it, rub it down.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Oh no.
Welcome to No Quarters, episode 100.
It's a motherfucking video game podcast.
For
Yeah.
now,
For now.
What?
until the show ends.
Yeah.
After this
Man,
episode.
one step closer to the end of the buffet here.
We had the penultimate, and now we're the ultimate.
Yes. Anyway, I'm Mackie.
I'm BJ.
I'm Chuck.
Nope. Hold on.
You're not
What?
recording.
No,
are
it's
you?
not. Thanks, Chuck. Well, the whole fuckery of everything else is like
It's all right. We only
What?
talked for 2 seconds.
I know exactly.
What?
Sorry.
All that gold is on YouTube.
Man.
All the-
Yeah, it's
Now we gotta do
preserved
that-
for all time
now we gotta
on
do that
the
wah,
most
wah,
popular
wah
streaming
intro
site on
again.
the
Yeah.
internet.
That would have been pretty good though. Final episode, like just fucking gone.
Yeah, just
Like, delete.
Never mind. We're not doing it. Fuck it.
I guess we'll do like another 100 now.
okay.
So are we ready?
Yep.
Welcome to No Quarters, episode 100.
Oh my god!
Fake enthusiasm.
It's a motherfucking video game podcast.
Yeah.
Goddamn right. I'm Mackie.
I'm BJ, and I'm here.
I'm Chuck.
And I'm Harlow, and I'm also here.
We're all here.
Yeah.
Yay!
Well, it's a
It's
surprise
been a
that
while.
I'm here.
Oh,
You know
house.
what? To celebrate the final episode, we
Right.
brought BJ.
Yeah, special
Yeah.
guest
Yeah.
BJ.
Returns.
Hi.
Yeah.
We're all
Hey.
here. The crew's all here.
Cool.
You know what we should do?
Talk about video
to celebrate 100 episodes,
What?
talk about video games.
Yes.
Yes.
For a start.
I'm ready to do that.
I
Well,
have been-
obviously, we have a very important video game to talk about that just came out.
Oh,
That,
it-
of course, being Nickelodeon Kart Racers.
yeah. I hear it's a hot
man.
banger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I mean,
Yeah, Call of Cthulhu's out.
yeah. There's that.
Yeah.
I heard it, and it was like, I don't want to answer.
When Cthulhu shows up on my caller ID,
Yeah,
I'm
Yeah.
like,
I screamed.
oh
it.
man,
No.
not today, Cthulhu.
Yeah.
No.
Not
Scam
today.
likely. Okay.
Yeah.
But no, one of our favorites of last generation got a sequel.
Mm-hmm.
It only took
50 Cent's
like,
Blood on the
what,
Sand
8
2?
years. Man,
Oh,
dude,
more blood on the sand.
don't bring me down like that. But no, Red Dead Redemption 2,
I am.
10 billion man hours to make.
Yeah.
9 years in the making, or however fucking long it's been. Every
I think it's
Rockstar
8.
studio, the only game they've ever made where every studio contributed. It's here.
None of those people saw their families for years.
No, yes,
Was it worth it?
yes.
That's what we're going to talk about.
I think so. No, yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I think it's worth it because fuck those people.
Well,
Get better
hey,
jobs.
Hey, listen,
No, I'm kidding.
listen.
Yeah, fuck video game
Hey,
developers.
I
Fuck
got
100
news
hours
for
a
you.
week.
Literally everyone hates their job.
Oh, right.
Literally everybody on Earth, especially me.
Yeah, you're real salty about jobs right now.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna say and get this out of the way. The crunch that video game developers or video game studios put their developers through is real dumb, and they should stop doing it.
Yep.
Like, I am a patient man. Put out your video game when it's ready. Don't destroy people's lives or try to destroy people's lives by putting them through 100-hour work weeks. Because you know what? 100-hour work weeks suck. Even
Also-
if it's
Ask me
quote
how I
unquote
know.
mandatory.
Also, I think it's, I don't know. I don't know. We're not there. We weren't there. But a lot of things
Yeah.
have come out where they've basically said, like, no, that was like 3 people that did that. Like, the rest of us work 50-hour weeks. Fairly normal. I
But
don't know.
it's
Either
a
way.
common problem. That's why I say
Well, it's a
video
common
games
problem in
general.
fucking
Yeah.
employment in general, but, you know.
yeah.
Video games are
once
notorious
you are
for
on
it.
salary, your time belongs to your employer.
Right.
Unfortunately,
It's true.
and it's not just video game industries. Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
Red Dead Redemption 2.
It's pretty fucking cool.
I don't want to say those hours paid off, but like,
It's
holy
gorgeous.
shit, this game is like
I'm on an Xbox plebeian edition
same here.
and a plebeian edition TV. Just a regular 1080p TV from
Oh, how do you even
from
I know.
see?
6 years ago, I think. Yeah, I don't know. I think I used my eyes, but
Guess what? That game still
it
looks
looks
fucking awesome.
dope. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know how they continually make video games look better and better. It's
They got doodads in the
Yeah,
thingamabobs,
yeah.
and then they crank out more flops.
yeah,
Well,
they do.
and, to
Call of
me,
Duty
like
Black Flops.
it highlights. It's highlighting the gulf that's becoming video games. In that, like, your game is either endless budget. We've been working on this for years. Literally everything is polished. Everything you could possibly think of is equated into this game. And then there's like, all right, 10 people made this in their garage. There's no in between.
In 6 weeks.
Yeah, and it's kind of like, yeah, I mean, this is obviously we can have both experiences, but holy shit, like there's something to be said for one like this, where it's just like, oh my god, like I feel bad for you people working this much, but I appreciate the result because holy shit.
I mean, it really sucks for the people that did it, but the pyramids are really cool. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah,
just say.
hot take.
I mean, it's kind of that.
A take.
No, I mean
4,000
it's a
years in the
metaphor. I
making.
mean, it's like sometimes like to get good things, it fucking sucks getting there. I mean,
Yeah, but I mean, it is for better or worse. This is a sequel to Red Dead Redemption because as soon as you get in there, it's like, oh yeah, these are all those weird control schemes that they had, and all the deliberate pace of it is there, and all the horse stuff that you deal with is there.
Man, the horse stuff.
Yeah.
all about that horse stuff.
But I will say this: I've only played a few hours, and I feel
so you
like
finished the prologue?
yeah, I was going to say the
Lord of
prologue
mercy.
is too long.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
It is like 2.5 hours long.
long.
Yeah, before
Yeah.
you get to open world shit, you have to slog through the fucking snow for. And I know, like, I forget who I was talking about this with. I think it might have been you, Mackie. That I know they want to like keep you immersed in the beginning of the narrative, like you were the child trying to run into the into like Disneyland, and Rockstar is the parent with its like hand on the back of your shirt while you're running in midair. It's like no, we have to slow down. We have to get into the park before you can run out and be crazy and ride horses off cliffs or whatever.
Child.
Right. So they have to restrain you into the narrative to just get that portion out of there. But I'm like, man, I know how to play this fucking game. Let's go! Like,
Yeah. There is that feeling where it's like, okay, I know how to do this. Like, let me loose.
It was
Yeah.
just
Let me do
long
this.
enough that I was like, does this open up? Like, I mean, it was just
Yeah.
I was like, is this like a linear storytelling thing that they're doing now? Because I was
they
like,
bait and switched
yeah.
us.
Yeah.
But because I think all Rockstars now games must start in the snow.
Yeah.
GTA 5
GTA
did it.
5 did start
Mhm.
in the
Yep.
snow. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know, but we also talked about this, BJ, where it was like, all right, we're going to give you a whole bunch of story, and we're going to get you into the story and all this. And it's like 99% of everybody is going to hit that open world and fuck around for 25 hours before they get
Yep.
back to that story of Dutch telling you something to do.
Goddamn Dutch. There's one of the stupidest, and for all the like glory that this game is so far, I'm I think 6 or 8 hours in. I think they use the same voice actors from before.
Well, Dutch is the same.
Dutch is
the
same.
And John Marston is the same.
Yeah.
Marston is the same.
I don't know. Did we ever hear Abigail in the first one?
I think we did a
But
little
it's not
bit.
the same. It's not the same.
I don't
She's
know,
not the same.
but
You absolutely heard Abigail in the first.
okay.
they-
Well, you're obviously
I'm very fresh to it. Yes.
right. I'm
letting
at
you
least
know.
7 years away.
I'm not snapping at it. I'm saying yes. I can guarantee. I
Okay.
can verify
Well,
that you do.
she's not the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
like a generation before, for some reason I didn't think that any of these voices sounded ridiculous. Maybe I did. There's tape of it, so you can go listen. But man, they sound like fucking morons. Like for some reason, like every one of the like main voice actors, I'm like, I'm not saying they're doing a bad job. It's just the characters are like the whiniest and grumbliest and weirdest voices for some reason. That's so far the only like.
I don't know. I still love
Yeah.
John's voice. Whoever
Yeah.
does that.
Yeah. Tom, like, I'm so glad they give him, like, they put him into the game right away.
Yeah.
Because you're not John Marston in this one. You're Arthur Morgan.
Morgan.
Yeah.
Did we see Arthur Morgan in the
It makes me wonder now because
Chuck? Did we see Arthur Morgan in Red Dead Redemption the first?
I don't know.
Honestly, I mean, I know like the
Why'd you even
plot of
bother?
Red Dead Redemption was hunting down Bill Williamson, who gets mentioned a bunch in the beginning of this one.
Yeah.
And also, like,
And
I believe,
Javier.
yeah, and I believe you meet up with like you start out the first major mission of the game in Red Dead 1 is going after like Dutch in that fort. I believe like the rest of Dutch's gang. So it's kind of that's part of it as well. But like it's been long enough, I don't remember all the details of all that.
I don't either. I should have done it, Chuck.
Not played anywhere close to the entire game, so don't think this is a spoiler. This is just supposition, but I think they're going to Rogue One this one. Like I'm pretty sure Arthur's not surviving.
Yeah,
I just have that feeling.
yeah.
Like
I mean,
I just
wouldn't be
because I mean I don't know. For all I
Oh, you mean they're going to Red Dead Redemption it?
yeah.
well, I mean, no, I mean like because this is a prequel to Red Dead Redemption, so like I mean I think that's like why you don't if he was in the first one I don't know, but I mean I'm pretty sure like something's going to happen and you're either going to die or ride off into the sunset, not having anything to do with cowboying anymore or something.
No.
I'm nowhere near close, so don't think that's a spoiler. That's just me guessing.
Yeah.
Supposition.
Yeah, exactly. I did say that.
You're going to die halfway through, and you're going to be replaced by an alien.
Yeah. You'll be replaced with your shitty, annoying son.
Yeah, yeah. I can't wait. It's the thing I've been looking forward to. I also could not wait for you to do that. I was really looking forward to it.
Every time. That's all I can think about when I think about
Yours is the best Jack Marston impression.
God, Jack fucking Marston.
Every time someone mentions that, I look, they're like talking about Red Dead. I'm like, yeah, work your damn nag. They're like, what? Yeah, I was like,
Yeah. Oh yeah, you clearly didn't beat the game.
Yeah, it's
You're
like,
not a real
shut
Red
up,
Dead
fucking
Redemption
noob.
gamer. Yeah.
Yeah, put that cowboy hat down.
Now-
jerk.
what I will say in that the prologue aside, because it really means nothing. Like it affects basically nothing. You'll pick up a little bit of money, a couple of things that will carry over into the main game, but at the end of the day, it means fuck all. Like
It just gets you used to the controls.
If you
and
notice,
shit.
like even the actions you're doing don't have like the morality things attached to them. Like you can start to bond with your horse, and that's about it. Like any like
that horse isn't going to last very long, though.
mine did.
Oh,
Unless
did you not?
get it killed?
Huh?
Yeah, there's horse permadeath.
Yeah.
There is.
No, I know there is. I'm just
Yeah.
saying, like my horse was fine.
No, well, I mean,
You didn't go.
This is the first couple minutes of the game. Go for it. Who gives a shit?
Okay, well, this is just after you get out of the prologue.
Uh-huh.
Like when you finally open up the farriers, you get to go like trade your horse in.
Sure, you
So,
can.
yeah.
You don't have to.
Oh, you don't have to?
No.
Oh, it was like sell your motherfucking horse, idiot.
No.
To me, at least that's the way I thought. I was like,
yeah,
okay,
You
I
can
gotta-
have
game's
multiple
rude.
stables. I mean, it's like I still got my original horses just sitting back there. Like, I mean, I unlocked my American Thoroughbred one that was a pre-order bonus or whatever. But yeah, 'cause
What'd you name your horse?
Lift.
What'd you name your horse?
horse.
Chuck, what'd you name your horse?
I haven't played the game yet.
That's a weird name for a horse.
What'd you name your horse?
Shoshat, because it's an Ardennes war horse, and there was a big World War I battle in Ardennes, so I named it after the Shoshat repeating rifle, or light machine gun, whatever it is.
I named my horse because it's a horse.
Good job.
I called
course.
mine Lift because I call and it comes and picks me up.
Yeah.
Takes me
Yeah.
places.
Weird.
Yeah.
I guess I should name your mother Lift too.
Oh, damn.
Zing or something.
Oh my
Man, you got
Yeah.
me.
I did.
Yeah, but there's so much in this game that everything feels like it should be more important than it is.
Right. Well, I was getting at because the prologue doesn't really matter. I will say again, your instinct is going to be you hit the open world and you can go fuck around and do whatever. And sure, do that. However, rein it in a little bit and go do the little mini things for the people in your camp because they will give you essential things for the beginning of the game. So like each person in the initial like real camp, like you go talk to Hosea and like he will give you the mission that eventually gives you the horse brush because otherwise it's constantly like your horse is dirty, their core stats are going to be lower, and then you're like in every general store like where the fuck is a horse brush? Go talk to Hosea. Like the very first mission will be like we're going hunting and here's a horse brush, or something like that, and then another guy will open up the fence. So like all of that weird shit that you can't sell to anyone, you can sell to them.
Oh,
so I'm
okay, I
saying
need to
like
do that
there
mission.
there are little things like in that opening camp like you just need to go, and they're all pretty easy missions like and they're quick. So it's just like it's Rockstar's thing of like do this so that you can open up, like in GTA 5, like now you can buy property or now you can invest in this or it's like things you want to do because it's going to speed you along in the game. Unfortunately, it's like the prologue is so long that it's like by the time you hit the open world, you're just like you're that kid in Disney World,
Yeah.
like
Let
oh
me
my
loose.
god, I gotta go. And it's like really just go do those missions and then go fuck around because you're gonna want the fence, you're gonna want like access to the stables and things like that.
So there's stuff like your hair grows and you can get your hair cut and your mustache
Yep.
trimmed it. You know, just all those things. I'm not far enough in to feel it, but is it feeling like it's got that San Andreas option shock thing of maybe there's too
Yes.
much going on here?
That was exactly the comparison that I had in my head, which was systems creep, like just like San Andreas, because there's like you can get fat and you can probably go work out or something. You got your
just
beard.
running helps your stamina go
Yeah.
up. Yeah.
But there's so much to keep track of. Like there are three different. So you have your health, stamina, and Deadeye. Each one of those has a meter and a core, and you have to maintain the core for each one of those, and then you have to make sure your meter doesn't go down. And then your horse has meters and cores too. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
rein it in a little.
there almost feels like some Dwarf Fortress-ish shit going on in this, because it's like, all right, if you're dirty, the people will treat you differently, and then they'll remember that you were dirty, and you know, and if you get cleaned up, they'll treat you differently. But
If they just don't like your clothes, they'll make fun of you. So,
Yeah.
like, I picked out what I thought was a very snazzy outfit, and I'm riding through town like, and he's like, man, if I was looking like that, I wouldn't be caught dead out in the public. And I was like, you're so lucky I'm playing a good playthrough right now, because I want to shoot you in the head real hard right now.
yeah, I'm gonna shoot everybody
Which,
in the head.
which, by the way, have you actually like repeatedly shot someone in the head? Because they made full head destruction.
I did that by accident in the very first mission when you go to take on the other gang.
Yeah.
Like, it did all of a sudden a slow motion cinematic camera of a dude's head just exploding Fallout style.
Yeah.
I was like, holy Christ.
You can do it to corpses too, like people you've already killed. You can walk up and just like blam blam, and then it's
Yeah.
it's
Well, and the animal
interesting.
skinning's pretty gruesome too.
It really is. Like
Yeah, the last one, it would be like kind of like it would kind of shoot it from the inside of the animal, almost looking up
Yeah,
at
like
Marston,
blood
and him going,
sprays.
"Whew, oh."
Yeah, you never saw it. You just saw
Damn.
blood spray.
Yeah.
and
What
did
him
you
going,
eat?
good God.
Yeah, this one they're like, "Here's a bear's gizzard."
I don't think bears
Yeah.
have gizzards, but yes.
yeah, sure they do.
Sure.
They call them bizzards.
Yeah, blizzards.
Yeah. Oh, that's a different company.
Yeah,
they also take forever to make games.
Yeah.
Yeah, skinning things is the nastiest thing in the world, and I
I
was
think
like,
you can turn that off, though. You can turn off the.
can you turn off?
You can turn off
gross
the ultra
skinning?
violence.
Oh, good.
Well,
Yeah.
I want other ultraviolence, just not. I don't want to see like animal parts.
Oh.
Yeah,
Well, like,
because like Jen enjoys watching me play Red Dead. That was why it was one of my favorite games, you know, and still is.
She got to play.
Was the experience of her like enjoying me watching me play it, as
Mm-hmm.
opposed to everything else where she's like, God, stop.
Yeah, you're playing that sword game again.
Yeah, yeah. It's called Neo. Don't make me explain this again. But yeah, like I don't want that part of it, because that part is just kind of fucking nasty. And it's like, all right, yes, I understand.
Other than like
Killing and skinning an animal is not a happy, fun time.
I haven't felt any need to go kill animals in this one. Like the first one, it was like, oh, I gotta
Gotta
kill
give me a
and
wallet.
craft
Oh.
everything. I know
had
it's,
to kill the last buffalo.
it's still there. Like I mean, like there's still crafting stuff, but I'm like, I'm fine. Like I've got more than enough bullets. Like there's nothing like unlike the first one where it just felt like, oh, I have to get this. I have to get this. I haven't like really felt myself like even come close to running out of ammo with the base gear.
yeah, I haven't even thought about ammo yet.
Yeah, like nothing. I mean, I'm just like, oh yeah. Plus, because like unlike the last time, there's also like this rifle can have 3 different types of ammo. You know, like
Yes.
there's like standard like high velocity and whatever. You know, and it's like, okay, well, if I go to the store or you know craft the stuff in the camp so that ammo just spawns there, I'm flush with ammo.
Yeah.
Just plus, you know, I'm picking it up off every dude.
Yeah.
You know.
Also, hey, gun customization. There is so much of that. Like, as speechless as I am now about it, I was like just flummoxed by choice when I went to the gunsmith. I was like, I'll go to the gunsmith and I'll buy a gun and get maybe a different gun so I can have a different gun. And no, like the gunsmith is full on like, you want engraved, you want a longer barrel, do you want it blued, do you want the grips on the pistol, do you want that to be like sandalwood or cocobolo or bubinga or whatever? And then
I love the Big Bang Theory.
Babinga.
get out. And for every gun, there's like 90,000 options for customization. I was like, what? I don't even know what to do here.
Oh, I did. I customized the fuck out of some guns.
I'd customize the fuck out of one gun. I was
I've got like 3 custom guns, like down to every detail. Like I popped that achievement real fast for like change everything on a gun. I was just like,
Oh, really? I didn't.
I was like, yeah, this. I don't know what I did.
I felt
but
like I had a lot of money. But
I had a
also
lot of money.
Didn't like. I didn't want to spend it all on my revolver. That I was. I'm sure that I'm going to get another gun at some point, but
I don't know. I looked through the catalog and I was like, that volcanic pistol is probably going to be the gun I use for the rest of the game because it's awesome.
wait, where are you buying pistols from the gunsmith?
Well, the
Or-
volcanic is free if you. I don't know if that might have been a. Did you buy this? You bought the super edition, right?
Yes.
Okay, so
Yeah.
yeah, you should have that. Like if you go to the gunsmith and look in the catalog, there are certain guns that will be free. So
I have missed the
So
catalog
like
somehow.
they don't give you the pre-order bonuses, but they're then free as far as in-game purchase.
I got
Yeah,
Same thing-
there's
same-
a small pop-up like when you first get into kind of the area in the tutorial where you can go talk. You can go to either 2-letter, spots. Your traditional Rockstar mission starts here spots, but there's a small pop-up that pops up in that where it's like, it says, I believe it's like your pre-order bonuses will be available later.
Yeah,
And that's like all it says.
I
And
saw
it's
when
like, okay,
Yeah.
Yeah, but you go to like the general store or the gunsmith and like they're. You can go and like when you talk to them, there's an option for catalog, and you can look at like all the guns.
Okay.
Now
I-
certain ones will be locked out. Like there's some rifles that you can't get until later in the
Right.
game, but
I must have only seen like the customization options and missed the stack full of guns to buy.
yeah,
I'll have
but
to
some,
go
but
back.
some of them will be free because of the pre-order stuff.
Cool.
yeah. But thus far, the game feels like it was worth the wait. To be honest.
Yeah,
I am really impressed by the physics when I ride my horse at full gallop directly into a tree.
Yeah.
yeah, that's impressive.
Get your neck broken.
Also, I learned the hard way that
Wreck you dang neck.
so you can loot people, but you can also loot horses because they have saddlebags on either side.
Yeah.
But if it's the other person's horse and you don't calm them down and get friendly with them, and you go to
They
loot their
kick the
saddlebag,
shit out of
yes,
you.
they will kick the motherfucking shit out of you.
Yes.
And so
I love it.
the first one I looted was a dead horse. It wasn't my fault. It just it was a crazy gun battle and a couple of horses went down. I was like, all right, I'm gonna go loot the dead horse. Never looted
never
a
looted a
dead horse in the
No.
mouth, but I did. But don't. Just pro tip: if you're gonna try to loot a live horse, get friendly with it first. Like pat it and like maybe hop onto it so that you like sort of temporarily claim it, and then it probably won't kick you in the face.
All right.
I have seen the GIF going around of someone punching their horse.
Yeah, that's one of those contextual things. Like X is like I think pat the horse.
Yes.
But if you move just out of range, it goes back to punch. And so yeah.
Also,
which-
if you don't hold down the trigger, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's like so you straight up Conan that horse and then just
You get your shit kicked.
I love that horse like side kicked him too. It
Mhm.
wasn't.
oh that's what they do when you're on
The-
the saddlebags.
yeah.
Is they do the little side.
Yeah,
But
but
the animation is so good.
the contextual stuff makes it really tough.
It
though.
does.
Because sometimes, like, isn't it left trigger is what will like target a conversation. However, left trigger will also draw your gun and aim at somebody,
Yeah.
which people react to.
It's not supposed to. Like so.
Well, if you like, it feels like if you're aimed,
if you have your gun
not
out.
If you have
quite.
your gun out, that's the thing.
Okay.
It's like if you hit left bumper or L1 if you're on the PS4,
Yeah.
that will put your gun away, and then you have to hit like the shoot button to redraw it or hit the bumper again. So because
I just know it's not the most intuitive interface
Yeah.
by any means because like I keep doing stuff I don't want to do,
right.
like pull guns on people who don't deserve to
Also,
have a gun pulled on them.
I assume this is a bug and it's going to get fixed, but like if you have like so let's say you have a gun selected and you've got it put away. Well, when you're riding your horse, he will just randomly pull it out and reholster it periodically. So I've learned when I'm on the horse, just select fist, like unarmed,
Yeah.
because I was riding through town and like that bug happened and he just whipped out the rifle in the middle of town and everyone's like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And then like I just immediately put it away. I didn't aim it at anybody. It's just like there's a bug where it's like you're riding on the horse and he's just constantly drawing and redrawing the pistol or rifle or whatever.
Yeah, like,
So-
like I just can't even imagine like QAing a game this big and this involved
Sure.
with this many systems, like to recreate some of the stuff that.
Well, this
can
one's.
happen.
I mean, this happens all. I mean, I talked.
Yeah, I know.
I mentioned this to someone else, and they're like, "Yeah, same thing happened to me." And I said the same pro tip: just switch to your fists, and then you can't draw anything. Just otherwise, because like if especially if you're gonna ride through town, you're trying to be inconspicuous. You don't want to be like,
Right.
I do find it interesting. It hasn't been patched yet.
Yeah.
Like God of War, like
You're right.
when God of War launched, it was patched every day for like a week, including like the weekend. They were like, "All right, new patch." fix that one bug that popped up.
Yeah.
You know, and this one hasn't seen that yet. Of course, the download is what 100 gigs.
87.87
Yeah.
was what my download was on my Xbox, my Xbox.
Yep. It's huge.
Yeah.
I think the
Huge.
4K version is the one that's a gig.
Yeah.
Or 100
100
gigs.
gigs, yeah.
Too many.
It's a lot of gigs.
Yeah. But so I don't even know how you patch into 100 gigs worth of content.
I would assume that they're waiting and seeing, because I haven't heard anybody having like game-breaking bugs, which is a fucking triumph.
Oh yeah, well I mean, it's with any Rockstar or any other big game like this, of course everyone's like, "Oh, good job with the physics," and you know, it's like,
But there's some wonky physics, but there's
obviously.
nothing like I haven't heard like the typical. Oh my God! Everything is broken. How? Why would they release this game?
Yeah.
What a piece of garbage.
People
Good
walking
job,
around like
EA.
horses.
Yeah.
Or Ubisoft.
no faces.
I've really only seen, like, usually these games have like, oh, check out these crazy glitches, and I was like, I've only really seen one where it's the game will launch into cinematic mode at an inopportune moment, like when you're just riding through the world or something, and because you can't control it, you just keep riding in a straight line and you'll just crash into the next thing. But it's very cinematic, but it's just...
Yeah, cinematic mode seems like a waste.
Except that, like, if you're doing a follow along with somebody, you know, in the old one, you could like hold down the button, and not only will they match pace, they'd follow them.
Yeah.
They don't do that unless you go to cinematic mode, and then you can just be like, fingers off the button.
Well, it kind of does. Like when I've been doing follow along, I've just been like, I'll just hold A and it just rides along with the
Right, but it doesn't. If there's turns, it doesn't turn.
It has been for me. Mate, yours is broken. Game breaking bug. You heard it here first. No quarters.net.
Okay. I mean, specifically, I've seen the prologue twice, so I mean, it says if you want to not steer, switch
Yeah.
to cinematic mode.
Yeah,
Oh,
and the only bugs I've heard from people are like when a cutscene ends and the other characters have kind of blocked you in, and you can't really get them out of the way. I've heard of some people having to quit and reload just to get that.
That's every game.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, there's some things you could consider bugs are like just Rockstar games because like the fact that like there's a living, breathing world that they've created will sometimes mean random weird shit will happen where like you'll just be having a conversation with a stranger and a fucking cougar will run by and maul them. You know, like that's just part of the game, and people are like, "Oh, look at this crazy bug!" You know, it's like. No, that's like
Glitch. No,
it's like
No, that's the Old West.
yeah, shit will just happen like that.
Fucking cougars everywhere.
Yeah, Fallout 4 was pretty bad about that one too.
But so I mentioned that I played the prologue twice. I just wanted to say why. So I played a good number of hours, probably about 15 hours on the game, mostly trying to be good. I mean, there's a few times where it's like, all right, I've got to make the evil choice, or
So you let that one guy live.
which guy?
The guy in the barn in the very beginning.
The guy in the yeah, sure, of course.
Oh, I killed him.
Yeah, you got to kill him dead.
I didn't.
Does he come back
I don't.
for revenge?
Actually, no, I might have killed him. Yeah, because no, because
Oh, no, I killed him.
the prologue doesn't. I realized it wasn't doing any morality things, so I think I just killed him because I was like, it's not gonna really matter. But no, like there's another dude because there's a guy that like witnesses a crime and almost flies off a cliff, and you can save him. So things like that. Like I'm just trying to like do the like okay, spare him, or you know you can threaten him without like getting a negative morality thing, but like you know you can't kill him, and they'll even give you negative morality things for like looting, like people that attack you like bounty hunters and things like that. You're allowed to loot, but if something happens and you kill a lawman or a random stranger and you loot them, it's like negative.
I didn't
So
know
even
that.
if nobody sees you?
Even if nobody sees you, because it's
Lame.
like that's the wrong thing to do. But I kind of because there's not a separate profile thing. You know, some games it's like Spider-Man. You know, there's like up to 5 saves on the start menu. You know, for completely different things. This doesn't really have it. You can save scum, like do manual saves and go do random shit and then come back to that one. But there's not. I was afraid it was like this is just going to get confusing. There's no way to rename it or anything. So I have like a secondary profile on my Xbox that I just loaded that up and started the game all over, and I'm like, I'm going totally evil. Because I kind of want to see what happens to that game when like you're just like, I'm going to fucking murder everything, rob everything, negative morality as fast as possible. So
I'm going to pay a lot of bounties, son.
I basically no, I'm not going to pay bounties either.
Oh, boy.
I'm going to play the like 5-star GTA as long as I can survive thing.
Okay.
You know, so
Yeah.
because I like killing bounty hunters, and they usually have a lot of money on them too,
Nice.
because they're bounty hunters.
'Cause they've been
Pro
hunting
tip.
bounties.
But anyway, I basically just got to the point where I got to the open world and haven't played more. So, but I will report back with how Red Dead Evil playthrough goes.
Mm-hmm.
Let us know. Tales
Yeah.
from the dark side of
Yeah.
Red Dead.
But thus far, I like it.
I have a feeling we're going to have plenty of, like, emergent gameplay tales of Red Dead.
I
coming
hope
up.
so. Because there seems like a lot of that built in. That's like stuff you can do that's just nothing to do with the plot or any of that. Where you
Yeah.
just, this thing happened.
I'm kind of curious because like it's such a huge and crazy game that I'm curious how we're going to share tales of that without being spoilery.
Yeah.
Because like,
Just, weird shit that happens with strangers or whatever.
well, like I mean, does that include like quests where they don't have a marker that you just find something and it starts something? Like, has everybody found the start of the serial killer stuff?
No.
Okay,
I have not found that.
all right. There's a serial killer lurking around the Old West, and it doesn't give you a prompt or anything. You just happen to find a body, and then it starts a thing.
Neat.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Do
stuff
you have
like
detective vision?
There is like something. Yes, there is.
There actually kind of is. There's like Old West Detective.
Yeah,
But it's more like
mostly
for tracking.
Yeah, it's more like tracking animals and stuff. I
Okay.
mean, you can see people highlighted better. Like if you're scoping out an area, you can hit that and kind of see where all the enemies are. But you can't tag them or anything like that, so it stays persistent. But you can get a good like, oh, there's 12 guys over there. Okay.
Holy fucking systems. That first hunt that I went on, I just could not believe that there was yet more stuff included. Like press both sticks down and you'll go into detective vision. And I was like, how much shit is in this game? Like, how many things are going on at once in this game? And the answer is all of them.
A lot of tings.
I think we're maybe 3 or 4 Rockstar games away from finding out that we're in a Rockstar game.
Yeah.
The good news is that's a solid 25 years away
Yeah.
at the rate they're going.
I mean, there's been a lot of people that are fairly negative about this game, just because like I think they're coming at it from like, and I get it. Like if you just came off of playing something like Spider-Man, and you go to Red Dead, this game is slow as fuck comparatively.
Oh yeah.
I find that to be an experience like that. It to me, I'm not like amped up on energy drinks and like I gotta fucking if I'm not getting a murder 75 murders a minute, this game sucks. So like. I get that, but like, I did have to laugh because some of them said like, like the next Rockstar game, it's like, you're gonna have to do your own taxes and they better be right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's deliberate. Like
Yeah, I
all
know,
the, like
yeah.
doing the chores around camp is deliberate.
Yeah,
Yep.
And it's like it's not like okay, just hit a button and okay, you're out of it and you're doing the thing. It's like no, he'll go put the broom away and
Yeah.
that like doing skinning the animals. It's like it's got to go through that whole thing. It's not set up to be that type of game.
yeah. I don't know. I just like I said, I generally tune out negative things unless it's funny like that. Where it's like okay, I kind of agree, but also it's like, but you're not. This was never Grand Theft Horse, and people
Yeah.
either wanted to be GTA 5 or they wanted to be something else, or they just want to shit on it for whatever reason because it's the big thing.
Yeah,
And
it's big and popular. And
yeah.
there are plenty of people who are like, it's another Rockstar game. They're not doing anything new with it. Which
yeah, they are.
you're right in some ways, but I mean, this is what people want.
Right.
Like I don't want to go to buy a Rockstar game and go, oh, so it's not that anymore, huh? It's kind of like if you know what you have and you know it works, you don't have to change it. You don't
Right.
have to reinvent the wheel.
Yeah, and what works is good, and I like it. And they are there are a lot of serious advances in this. There are a lot of things that are just going on that are really subtly cool as shit. Like whenever you pick something up, whenever you pick an item up out of the world, he grabs it and he puts it in a bag. He doesn't just pick it up and you see it disappear, as he gets it close to his body. No, he puts it in a bag. Like every single thing gets stowed in that little bag that he's holding. And stuff like that, like the animation for that, for every little item in the world is amazing. And you know, there are all these little animations of interactions between stuff that are wonderful, and you barely notice them unless you're really looking for them. And I mean, that's kind of a hallmark, I guess, of Rockstar games, is stuff that you barely notice unless you're looking for it.
But you appreciate when you do notice it.
You appreciate when you find it, yeah.
And some guy, that was probably his job, that he crunched 100 hours a week
Right,
to
right.
make sure that that animation looked right.
And he did a great job.
Yeah.
But, yeah, there are plenty of advances in this. There are plenty of things that are new and interesting. You just have to be ready to see them.
Yeah, I think its main detriments and the things that will make you come at it from the wrong angle is that the prologue is so long and deliberate, and then like you've just got to work yourself into being like, okay, this is an experience. It isn't, it isn't super fast video gamey, because I felt myself doing that. Like by the time the prologue was over and I got in camp and it was like, I was like, oh, what's this? And oh, I'm chopping wood. I'm like, okay, I'm in this for a while, and like I was getting aggravated, and like, this is why does playing dominoes take so fucking long and all this stuff? And then I was just like, you know what? Just chill the fuck out. Like, live in the Old West. Like, things are slower. Just calm down. Like,
Live that cowboy life.
The bloodiest gunfight of all time, the OK Corral, was like, I think 5-6 people died. It's like, things are just so much more chill than, like, slow down. Like,
I mean, there was that Alamo thing that a whole bunch of people died at.
well,
but,
okay, that wasn't a
I forgot about
gunfight.
that.
That was a battle.
Never forget.
There's a difference.
but yeah, I mean, like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes, there were war things that happened that were a lot more casualties, but cowboy shit.
War
Yeah.
things and cowboy shit.
War things and cowboy
So-
shit.
We like it.
Yeah.
Chuck.
7 out of 10.
It's not bad.
I'm kidding.
So, you haven't been saying much because you're a little behind.
I've been playing the cowboy game.
Yeah. You played Red Dead Redemption 1.
I did, yeah. This playthrough took me, 8 months, from which I started 8 years ago.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah.
So you finally completed the Marston
Yeah.
experience.
Yeah, I finished Red Dead Redemption. This is the second Rockstar game I've ever finished.
Congratulations.
The other one
Chuck.
being Bully, because I really liked that world. I finished this one because Red Dead Redemption 2 was coming out, and I figured, well, I shouldn't do my 25-hour Rockstar thing and then quit, and then jump into the next one. That just seems stupid.
Yeah.
I kind of wish I had not kept playing. I mean, I really liked everything up until you go to Mexico. I thought like there was so much to do, and I really liked your interactions with Bonnie and all, like, just doing stuff and kind of like, yeah, you're a piece of shit, but you're kind of trying not to be, and everyone you meet is new, so therefore it's kind of a new opportunity to not be a piece of shit and everything like that. And then you go and fuck around in Mexico forever, to the point where I enjoyed during the end when the people who hired you were like, you just went and fucked around in Mexico forever. We're on a time schedule here, guy. And then it's like, oh my God, we're end game all of a sudden. I was talking to these guys last week before the Bamcast or around there, talking about, I'm just going to go watch the ending on YouTube. I was at the last mission.
We told you you didn't have much longer to go.
You were like, I just got back from Mexico, and you're like, fucking finish it. You're
Yeah.
at the end of the game.
Yeah, well, like the dude who keeps fucking with you is just like wanders into town. Is like, oh hey, and you're like, what? Hey, he's there, and everyone's just like, yeah, there he is, and it's like, this doesn't seem very revengey. Like, get him, But there's a lot of not getting him. It's so.
There's a lot of not getting them. Put that on the box for the 25th anniversary version.
I guess what I really want to say, and it's been 8 years, so I think I could talk about all this stuff now, is how that game kind of wraps up. Not the specific events of it, but just like how it becomes like this extended epilogue of nothing. Like, it's almost like an epilogue tutorial. You just do one of each thing that you had kind of maybe done over the course of the game. Like, you now drive cattle, now go hunting, now. And it's like, the fuck is this? Like, why is this happen? I figured the game was going to wrap up, and
Oh, I don't count the epilogue in the, like, I mean, anything to do with Jack. If that's what you're talking about.
No. I'm talking about John, when John goes back, and it's just like, hey, Dad, I want to hunt a bear. And he's like, no, you're an idiot. You're not going to hunt a bear. And it's like, oh, Jack went off to hunt a bear. Go get him. You just do like a bunch of one-off missions that are it's like an escort mission and a cattle drive and a hunting thing, and it's like this feels like the tutorial I never did at the beginning of the game because there wasn't one.
I feel like that's the point, though, of that ending. Is because it's trying to lull you into, all right,
Sure.
you're waiting for that thing to happen.
Yeah, and I knew it was coming. I mean,
Yeah.
you just know, and it does.
But I think that's why they take so long
Yeah.
doing all those other mundane things, because they want you to be like, all right, when's it coming?
Yeah. So the game ends. The thing that happens, and you become a different character. It doesn't do a good job of telling you should maybe go do one more thing. Like you become this other character, and some time has passed, and it's like, okay, is this really a game without end credits? That's strange. And I open up the map and I look all around. There's no question marks anywhere, and I'm like, the fuck is this? So I like Googled to see if there were credits for the game, and it was like, yeah, you gotta go do this one thing. There's a bit in this town that you gotta trigger by talking to a dude, and I'm like, well, that's not even on the map. Like, how would I even know to do this? But yeah, then you do it, and
Then you get the credits.
yeah, you get a real good end game title card.
Yeah.
It's like you do the thing, and then it's just like Red Dead Redemption, blam, and it's just like, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I had 25 good hours with it, and the rest of it was just, all right, I got to get through this. I didn't have a bad time with it. I just felt like I'd done everything I wanted to do.
I can
and
see that.
the end of it just becomes the end of every game, which is just put you on a Gatling gun and millions of dudes pop up behind rocks, and they're so far away, but they have perfect aim, and you're like, well, I can't even see the motherfucker. Where is he? And you're just spraying bullets around.
Yeah.
Everybody's yelling at you.
And, in starting the new one and thinking about Red Dead Redemption and like the actual details of the storyline, there's a lot of stuff that I don't really recall all that well.
Yeah.
I just remember enjoying existing in that world.
Yeah.
Going around doing hunting missions and like doing those weird missions for that stranger guy.
Yeah.
I'm like, is this guy God?
Yeah.
Or what is this dude? And that's probably why I don't remember a lot of Mexico. I remember more of Mexico from Undead Nightmare and like hunting down the war horses.
Yeah.
And the last one that I needed was in that area, and just spending so much time there doing that. But, I think that's the problem with having a story that's that long,
Yeah.
in a game is, and just like thinking about like trying to remember, okay, Dutch. Now, I met Dutch in the first game. I know the name, and I'm like, is Micah anywhere in the game? Do I remember meeting Micah at some point, or am I just going to fucking kill this guy at some point because he's a piece of shit?
Yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah. Yeah.
How quickly can you kill him?
But that's the thing is I don't remember like those specific. I very obviously remember the ending of both Marston stories, in those contexts. But like the stuff leading up to getting out of Mexico, I don't remember everything between the train part and then getting into the end game stuff. Like what was there?
All I remember is the ride home, because that's fucking amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the ride going into Mexico is pretty fantastic too.
Yeah.
First time the music hits in Mexico
Yeah.
is one of the greatest video game moments that I can remember.
Yeah, I just wish there had been more to do in Mexico. It just seemed like the things you needed to do were so spread out, and it was
And
very.
the people you were working with were such pieces of shit.
Yeah, they were all pieces of shit, and you just kept playing one side against the other, and I never felt like it was building to anything. Like, all right, he finally Marston's motivation was basically just like, I'm going to keep doing your dumb shit just so you will finally give me the piece of information I need. And you're probably not going to give it to me anyway, so I'm going to have to kill you. So, I don't know. It just seemed a lot of just like, hey, that guy's beating his whore. Make him stop, And then she's like, gracias, and runs away. And it's like, all right, I got to do that a few times. But, so, the thing I come away with most from that game is that I don't want to say I really like John Marston, but I really like the performance of John Marston.
Yeah.
Like, there's something about that dude that's very earnest, and he's a compassionate yeller, if that makes sense. He's yelling a lot of his dialogue, but it's not like, dude, shut up. It's like, yeah, I get it. You're trying to make your point, and
It's like, sorry I cut you off.
yeah. Yeah. So there's a lot of that. So I was delighted when I played the first hour of Undead Nightmare, where it was just like, hey, what if? And I was like, okay, cool, yeah, I'm in on this.
God, Undead
let's do
Nightmare
this.
is so good.
Yeah.
It is so good.
And it's jokey, which is weird. Like, it's got a sense of humor that I was not expecting. More so than just your standard, like, under the surface Rockstar, hey, America sucks stuff that's in regular Red Dead Redemption. This was more like, no, people are fucking terrible, and just go ahead and kill them. They're going to turn anyway. Just kill them.
I gotta admit, I'm still amazed Undead Nightmare exists.
Yeah.
Like, amazed that they just went in and were just like, you know what, we're gonna make the GTA zombie thing that everyone thought Dead Rising was gonna be.
Yeah.
Except it's gonna be in the fucking Old West.
Yeah. It's violent. I mean, like, Red Dead is violent, but, like, this, like, takes it to, like, a level of just glee, of just, like, man, all those side characters you interacted with, they're gonna get fucking eaten. Like, just zombies are gonna eat their faces off. It's gonna be great. So
You also have, like, in Red Dead the First, you don't have, like, GTA, there are no consequences to your actions.
Yeah, no.
I mean, Red Dead, there kind of aren't either, but it's so much less populated, and there's so much less going on that it kind of makes everything feel a little bit, or a lot more sacred. But in Undead Nightmare, you can just...
it's a power fantasy.
Do what
it's
you
more
want
of
to
a
do,
power
yeah.
fantasy. Yeah, because Red Dead feels more like, man, there's this one cabin, and this family's really trying to make it, and they just need this one bauble that I can go get for them, and that'll save their farm or whatever. And
Yeah.
it's like, you know what? I can help out with that. If that's going to help you,
Yeah.
I'll stop my mission for 8 hours to go do that.
And you might kill, like, 4 banditos on the way.
Yeah,
Of,
sure.
4 of some kind of bandito.
If someone waves me
But-
down and is like, hey, that man stole my horse, I'd be like, I'm going to go kill that man and get your horse back. I'll be right back. Yeah,
But yeah, there's a lot of one-on-one violence
Yeah.
in that, as opposed to, like,
it's not driving through
shooting
crowds
zams.
and stuff. So anyway, yeah, I'm glad I finished it, but I don't know.
Play
I
Undead Nightmare.
will. I played an hour of it and was like, I just played 4 hours of the ending of Red Dead. I don't want to keep doing this, so I'll take a break. But,
Understandable.
yeah, but I'll go back to it. I definitely like the tone of it. So I looked at all that co-op DLC and I'm like, this is never going to happen. I'm never playing any of this.
Yeah, I started way back when, and yeah, like the multiplayer on that was just not
Yeah.
what I was looking for, which makes me wonder about what the online version of the new one's going to be.
Oh, it's going to be GTA Online in the Old West.
Yeah.
Absolutely. 100%.
Yeah.
They'll figure out some dumb thing to do.
Cartels and posses. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
hopefully there will be private lobbies still. That's the only thing. If it doesn't have private lobbies...
You sure
I
not
won't-
getting griefed every time you spawn.
Right.
It's just like, hey, you got 12 gold, dead.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
You have a single shot rifle, and this guy has a Gatling gun
Right.
that's mounted on top of his horse somehow,
That's
which
a war-
also
that's,
flies.
That's a warhorse.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. That horse's name is Death.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Speaking of horsepower,
yeah, there you go.
Nice.
Uh-huh.
Good
Also, speaking of long tutorials,
yeah, that's
Forza Horizon 4.
Yeah,
We realized it's been that long since we casted that we didn't talk about Forza Horizon 4 last time.
nope.
Yeah.
We didn't at all?
Yeah,
Not
you
even on
come out-
our,
yeah,
our
It did
half
not
one?
come out yet. Nope.
Okay.
Yeah. It's more Forza
Yeah,
Horizon, if that's your thing.
it is. It's my
And
thing.
It was my thing.
yeah, the big twist is this time there's seasons. Every
twist.
week, every week the season changes.
Uh-huh.
So it'll be summer one week and it's all fun and happy, and then autumn and it's a little bit rainy, I guess. Actually, spring I think is the rainy one.
Yeah.
Autumn is kind of very similar to summer, but then like winter is like the lakes are frozen over,
Yeah.
so that area you couldn't get to before now you can get to because the lake isn't there anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And driving sucks in the snow.
Put snow
Not
tires
very
on.
fun.
Yeah,
Yeah, but yeah, I mean,
it's more Forza.
yeah, and it is polished as fuck and looks amazing, and
Yep.
And for
Yeah.
me, it's undone by one thing that is becoming increasingly more apparent in Forza games the more I play them.
what is that?
That is doesn't matter what difficulty level you were on, there is one of your Drivatar people that will just slingshot off into 5 miles ahead of
Yeah.
everybody else, and
Yep.
again, the entire race is trying to catch up with them, and it's not fun.
I don't know how
I
that
don't-
keeps happening
I don't-
in Forza games.
I don't like it.
Because I went back don't ask me why, but I played Forza Motorsport 4 or 5. Forza Motorsport 5, the launch.
The launch Forza?
one.
Okay.
And guess what?
It did it there.
There was a car that was like a mile ahead of everybody else because he got through the pack at the beginning of the race, and I could not catch him no matter
Yeah.
how perfect
Perfect,
a lap
exactly.
I ran.
Yep. And I don't like it. I think I'm done playing this one.
Yeah, and it's strange in that regard because you can restart that race, and that guy might not make it through that first
Oh, absolutely.
thing.
Yeah, that's
and
what I mean.
Then
It's-
you're good.
I just became so frustrated, like constantly like, well, I'm either going to be first, like 30 seconds ahead of everybody, or I'm going to be in second place 20 seconds behind the guy in front of me. You know, it's just like there is no in between.
Well, here's the thing about it that doesn't. I mean, it bothers me, but it doesn't. In that all you have to do is podium finish, and it checks that race off. Like it does. It doesn't even tell you what races you came in first, second, or third. It's like you podium finished. That's all you got to do.
I don't accept that.
Well,
If you're not first,
You're last.
yeah, but there's literally no way to tell except at the end of that one race.
there's a way to tell. It's in my heart, Chuck. Forever.
Yeah.
Well, you need a bigger heart like mine. There's lots of room in there to accept other possibilities. But yeah, it's like you podium finish, and it's just like you completed this race. Good job.
No.
So I mean, there's so many other ways to get like money. Fuck it. There's no reason to ever do anything to get money because money is just thrown upon you.
Yeah.
And XP is, once you get a couple of the perks and just take your car off to the, the farmland or whatever and bounce around for 5 minutes, you
Bounce
go
around
up
by those
10
windmills.
levels.
Yeah.
Or do what I do, which is use your laptop at work to log into Mixer all day and just leave it on a stream, and then when you log back into Forza, you get all these points
Yeah.
just for watching Mixer streams.
There are too many XP bars in this game. I will say
Yeah.
that because there's one for literally every activity.
And I don't like that. Like these perks are tied per car.
I like it.
Why?
I got over that because it lets you pump up whichever cars you want to, and to act like they're limited is a bit weird because, like, I can do a decent stunt run just bouncing around by those windmills and get like 3, 4, 5 points to buy. The points that you use to buy
Yeah,
the
I know,
upgrades for cars.
But why? I don't know. To part of me, the part of the joy of Forza is like, hey, look, all these cars, and you own them all, and at any point in time you can jump in one, and then I get in one and go, oh yeah, I haven't unlocked anything for this. Oh well, I guess I'm not using this car. It's just, to me, it's counterintuitive to like everything that makes Forza fun. It's like now you got to get in and fuck with this car, and now you got to get in and fuck with this car.
I just have so many points all the time.
Yeah.
Sure, but
I'm always hovering around 100. And if I really like a car, I'll just spend a bunch on it.
Yeah.
But what I don't like is everything being tied to spins and bonus spins and super spins and all that, which, get used to it because video games now is everything's a fucking loot box bullshit thing. But
it's not. I mean, the spins have been there for a while, and they've
Yeah.
dressed them up in this that are.
it's just I don't like doing one of the special summer events where I beat everything on expert, all 3 races, I got first place in everything, and here's my super bonus spin, and I got 2 emotes and a hat.
So that's the lesson that I learned is that. So I mean, like for the first 25 hours or so, I devoured this game. Like I do all the Forza games. It's just like
Yep.
I'm not paying any attention to what I'm doing. I'm just doing.
Same here. I unlocked all the roads in the first weekend.
Yeah, I'm just like
Before
whatever
the game officially released.
Yeah, it's just I get in and I'm like, what am I going to do now? I'm just going to fuck around and here's a race I haven't done. I'm going to go do that. And then I get to the point where I stop and then I pull back and then I look at the map and I look at like my achievements and I'm like, okay, what needs to be done to get to not end game because there really isn't one, but just what do I need to do to get each thing basically? And the thing about this one that's a little off-putting is so like the seasonal events, the special events that only pop up in that season is a great idea. But like you were saying, even if you bust ass and do the best you can and beat it on expert, the highest reward you get is a spin,
Yeah.
which like you said, you can end up with fuck all. And it's like that. There's zero motivation for me to do that. Now, the seasonal events are just the championships from the previous game. That's all they are.
Yeah.
Is just a series of 3 races. They've just rebranded them as those. But it just seemed like these time things should offer you something more special. Like you should have a special seasonal wheel spin where you have an extra possible chance of getting a Forza Edition car or something like that. It just. I very
Instead,
quickly
they just want you to buy it with
Yeah.
season points or whatever.
Yeah, so I like when they were popping up, I was like, "Oh man, I can't wait to do all the new things, all the see what they are." And then real quickly, I was just like, "There's no benefit to me doing this. I mean, except fun." But aside from that, I mean, like it's not getting me anywhere. It's not getting me anything. It's these meters aren't going up anywhere I need them to. So who cares?
Yeah, I also don't like that the bonus quest part has to be sequential. Where like the stuff you need
the chapters
for each
yeah.
season, you have a week to do this. Where like the first one's like buy a
Yeah.
4-wheel drive car. Okay, I
When
bought
I-
a Subaru.
When I was
And
talking
then
to
it's
you
like-
about that and was like, it's broken. It wasn't broken. It was that I was looking at the later goals and like,
Yep.
I know I've done these and
Yep.
they weren't unlocking. I didn't know you had to do it sequentially.
Yeah,
And that
so
sucks.
yeah, it would be like, okay, do that, and then win a series of 3 races.
Yeah.
Okay, you do that, and then it's like, all right, now get 100,000 drift points or whatever.
Yeah.
Which is drifting in that game. I
Still sucks.
I don't understand why they keep having drift events in those games, because everything about Forza is teaching you to drive well
Yeah.
and not drift, because drifting actually loses traction and loses speed and messes up your line to make a proper turn and everything. Like drifting is bad for actual fast racing. Yet they're like, all right, now go here and drift. And it's like, nah.
Yeah. There's
I mean,
a whole-
I know I got that Hoonigan pack or whatever the hell it is, with all these ridiculous cars where you just tap the throttle and suddenly you're spinning out.
Yeah.
But I just don't have fun doing any of the drift shit
Nope.
that's in those games.
It's always the last thing I do.
yeah,
And I usually don't even do it.
yeah.
Like, it's like, get level 10 on drifting. And I'm like,
I do like the way that they've sequenced everything now, where it's like, if you only want to do straight up races, do those events.
yeah.
And you can have a full progression through the tree of whatever it gets to, just doing those events. And it's not like, all right, you've done all those, but now you got to do a rally race before you can come do that. It's like, I'm glad that they don't do any of that. They're like, it's taken that whole Forza being so customizable thing pretty much everywhere it can go at this point.
Yeah, like if you buy the game and you only want a street race, and that's all you want to do, you play the first street race, and then you level up, and it opens up 3 more street races, and you do those, and it's like you level up again, and it just keeps unloading street races, and that's literally all you can do if you want to.
Yeah.
Like if you just want to clear off everything on your map and just load up the street races, you will progress, and you can do all the street races the game has to offer.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool if that it lets you play it the way you want to play it.
Yeah. Yeah, which I like that aspect of it. I just don't like that, man, your map can be just a fucking bag of Skittles all over the thing, because it is just, holy shit, there's so many events.
Yep.
Like, you need to use that filter to shut some of them out.
Well, how they still have not given you the filter of, I did this, get it off my map.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need to see where the boards were.
Yeah.
Like, great, there used to be a board there. I don't care. I never need to see it again. Grayed out or not, it's still in my way.
Yeah. I'm also at the point where I only have like 4 boards left, and there's some that, like, there's one on a roof that I'm like, I don't know where the jump is to get to this. I don't know if I have to wait till a different season to be able to get to it, but there is one that's on top of a building.
Maybe there's a snowbank in the winter that.
I looked in the winter
Yeah,
too, and I was
okay.
like, I don't know how you get that unless it's like, okay, you have to be going 150 miles an hour from this one direction and launch properly to hit this thing. But it's like a old beat up, like, derelict building in the middle of nowhere that it's sitting on top there. Like, but
There's one in an alley that pisses me off every time I drive over to it, because I'm like, oh, here's one I haven't gotten yet, and it's in this little wedge between a house, and I'm like, I know which car will let me sneak
that
in there
little
and get it,
bullshit thing.
but I don't.
That 3-wheel deal.
Yeah, I was like, I don't want to change my car. Fuck that thing. And then I spend like 30 seconds revving my engine in the crease trying to,
Yeah.
like, this car's going in. I know it, and it
You're
doesn't.
just dry humping that wall for
Yeah,
half an
it's
hour.
just going in dry. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I've been all about the Forza Horizon games, and this one I trounced it really hard. Like I was all about it for about 10 to 20 hours or so. All of a sudden, it was just like, nope, I'm done, 100% done. Like seriously, I just hit that. I was like,
Yeah.
too many systems, too much shit on the map, and then it was like, oh, now there's seasonal things. I was like, you want to tell me not to play a game ever? Have time shit. That's why I don't play a single fucking mobile game. Check back in tomorrow. Fuck you.
I do feel like that right now after taking a week on vacation.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, I should boot this up, but I have Red Dead, which, hint, don't leave the country when a game you've really been waiting for years comes out while you're gone. B, just like going back to it, I'm like, I don't even know what season it's going to be. I don't know if I even want to deal with that progression stuff.
Yeah. Just
I mean,
the season stuff is so inconsequential. It has no bearing on anything.
I never even did the James Bond stuff.
It's not even James Bond stuff.
It's just
like just
driving
their
a
cars.
James Bond car.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's like
It's basically running the other routes. The only thing that they've done customize anything is that Halo mission,
I didn't know those
which is
either.
so dumb, but I actually kind of love it because they go all in on
the
it.
Halo mission's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's real dumb, but pretty good. There was a Skyfall. It was called Skyfall, and you used the car from Skyfall, and it was in the winter, so you were on the ice. That was okay, but the fact that they've got the licensed Bond cars and the logo, but not the music, is really irritating me.
Yeah.
Like when I get into a Bond car, it just needs to go, or give me that as a horn or something. All the dumbass horn things and dances that they've got in there, and they couldn't get 2 notes from the Bond score.
I love that they have the Windows XP shutdown sound.
That's my horn.
Yep. Oh, it's so good.
And the best part, so I do like the live part of it where it's like it's Forzathon and everyone meets up at the top of the hour and you go do dumb Burnout
Forzathon.
Paradise shit. Where it's just like everyone jump off this ramp and get 50,000 yards jumping and
I
then,
like that everyone's a ghost,
yes.
so you can't crash into anybody.
Exactly.
And nobody can fuck things up.
Yes, that's pretty good. And it's also good in the real world when cars are driving around.
Yeah.
If someone's coming at you, it's a ghost. Like they're not going to fuck with you.
Yep.
But I do like that in like the 2 minutes that you're just waiting for the thing to start, everyone is just stunting around and hitting their horn like, check me out, bro.
That is when it feels most Burnout Paradise.
Yeah. It's the equivalent of driving to the Kmart parking lot and lifting your hood like, let's check this out, huh? You see my fucking solenoid.
I'm glad you mentioned the Burnout, because that's the other thing is like I hit this and I was just like, fuck all this. I could just go play Burnout and it won't piss me off. That was the other thing.
Yeah.
And it was just like, at a certain point, I was like, timed events, vomit on the screen with events, like a whole bunch of systems of wheel spins and XP and car XP. And I was just like, no, I could be playing Burnout if I want to drive.
I think there's room for both. I
Sure.
like them
Yeah.
both. This is a good year for driving games.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a. That's the thing about Forza Horizon. They're not bad, even when they're not as good as the other ones. They're not bad games at all.
Yeah. I think it's going to be like opposite Star Trek movies for me. I like the odd numbered Forza Horizons.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
I didn't dislike 2, but
Yeah.
it was just like, wow, this is not 1.
Right.
And then so I love 3, and then this one was just like, this isn't 3. Like it's just, I don't know, it just felt like too many systems.
Well, like
or
when
something.
5 comes around, to be like, man, I hated 4. This one's all right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm just need to pick up every other Forza Horizon. I think.
Yeah, I do kind of wonder if I hit that first weekend. I played it basically nonstop.
I consumed it. I mean,
Yeah,
it was.
I mean, I wonder if that kind of hurt me, but I feel like I did more there than I did in 3.
Yeah.
Like in that one weekend, I think and because I still like 3, I kind of don't recall how far I got, but I feel like I'm already further in this one than I was in that one.
yeah.
But there also feels like there's even more stuff in this. But
Well, they just.
They're-
I loaded it up a day or two ago and saw they have patch notes at the beginning of the game when it's patched,
oh really?
and there was we've added a whole new story quest. Like, here's 10 more story missions. I'm like, well, all right, that's cool. Like, the jobs stuff, whatever that stuff is, and some of that stuff is pretty good. Like the video game streamer girl, I thought was going to be super annoying, she's all right. Like those missions are all right. I enjoyed those for what they tried to do, which is these are the top 10 cars in classic video games, and we're going to give you the closest Forza version of that car as we can. Now go do a thing. So, like you drive a taxi around and do crazy stunts and stuff like that. So
I don't get it. What's that a reference to?
Wacky Cab.
I like that one. It's good. Wacky Cab's a good game.
Wacky Cab.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed in the music stations. Bass Arena is not good. Pulse is okay. And I feel bad because the Block Party one is half songs I really like, but those songs don't go, man, I'm going to hop in a car and drive fast.
Yeah.
Like Tribe Called Quest Award Tour, fucking awesome song, but that comes on the radio in the car and I'm like, all right, this is cool.
Yeah.
It's not like some of them that in Forza Horizon 1 where I was like, fuck yes, I am going ham on this fucking road right now.
I don't. Which Horizon was it? Like, I know it's completely on the nose, but I feel like the showcases or whatever is that what they're called? Like, what was the where you race the train and the Clash comes on, and it was like, I know it's completely on the nose, but I was like, fuck yes, let's do this.
I want to say that was the very first one.
I think
Might
it
have been the
was,
first one or two. I was thinking it was one or two. I was thinking it was early on, but things like that. I mean, you got this game you got this song in the game. Use it well. I mean, none of these showcases. I went, oh yeah, this is the right song for this thing.
The one against the train is
in this one.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Because they play Hall of the Mountain King.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
And by the end,
That's real good.
That's the one where I was like, I'm having flashbacks to The Witness doing the challenge.
Yeah, I
'Cause
think I
holy
did do
shit.
that, but yeah, I mean, I think the problem
Yeah.
with that is I mean, I didn't like any of the stations. I just immediately went to classical when it unlocked, and I haven't changed off of it
Yeah.
because that's to me is
It is very odd destroying everything in sight to Claire de Lune. Like one of the most beautiful songs ever recorded in the history of man. And
Yeah.
here I am taking a Hyundai and just wrecking everything in sight.
You are an absolute dick in the Forza world. Like you
My Drivatar?
No, I mean you like the gamer playing any Forza game because you are going
Oh,
to
that's
this
right, you
beautiful
watched
country
me for a while,
I
didn't
did,
you?
yeah, but I just mean the player is
the royal you.
yeah,
Oh,
because
okay.
it's like you're going to a beautiful country and you're there. You're like locusts. You all come in for this stupid festival and you fucking destroy everything. You just fuck everything up. Drive through people's yards, beat up their bins and their mailboxes and
Yeah.
everything, and just see ya. That's it.
Yeah, racers are terrible. Have you not figured this out?
Yeah, that's true.
Haven't you seen all these people that are like, fuck racists?
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, because they fuck up all of our shit and they're tearing out our 1,000-year-old walls. And
That
they're,
does make sense.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're all made of balsa wood.
Yeah.
that's true.
It is weird, how you learn what's destructible and what's not in that game.
Come to find out, 99% of it is made of balsa wood. Like, there's really only the one rare, this stone wall, no. This stone wall around this house, But these stone walls that line the highway, yeah, fuck them up.
Yeah,
Go for it.
it's so odd, but
Because highway dividers, you're like, oh man, this is going to be hard metal. I'm going to fuck up my car. And it's just like, bong.
and it's so weird, because I played a lot of Forza Horizon 1 before this one came out, I was just kind of like, I'm going to try and fucking get all the achievements in this game. And I was getting close
Yeah.
in that one, but you forget that in that game, you're gated to the roads.
Yeah.
You can't leave the roads.
Right.
There's all these guardrails and walls that you cannot get through, and then you
Yeah,
get
there's
in.
none of that shortcut cheat.
And then
bullshit.
3 and 4, you're just like, I'm just going to wreck everything.
Yep.
All right, there's a wall. I'm driving through that. Fuck you, wall. I'm driving on a man's house to hit a billboard.
I'm on your roof.
Fuck you, house.
Someone put a sign up here.
Yeah.
Don't
Fuck.
mind me.
Fuck you, I ain't going to see Rock City.
Yep. Yeah.
Me, my Jeep Cherokee will be down shortly.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sorry you bounced off at Harlow, but I enjoyed my time with it. I do feel like I need a break.
Yeah.
I need a while before I come back to it because
The DLC will bring you back. Whatever their dumb, crazy.
yeah, they got multiple ones too.
Yep.
They're gonna be it feels like too much.
I mean, I think that here's the thing is like it's not that I didn't like it. It's just, for a while on No Quarters, I've kind of been none of these video games are working.
Yeah.
And now I have video games that are working for me. So any that are like, is like, fuck that, onto this other thing that I like a lot more. Speaking of things that I like, I've just go ahead and segue unless we have more for it to talk.
No.
The first DLC for the Marvel Spider-Man for the PS4 came out. It's called The Heist, and it's like part one of a sort of episodic DLC. I think it's called The City Never Sleeps, or That Never Sleeps. Can't remember if there's a that or not. But yeah, this one's pretty much 100% Black Cat based. Felicia Hardy, Black Cat.
Are you playing as her, or are you still Spider-Man?
You're still Spider-Man. They no spoilers, but they do have you do another Mary Jane mission. Just one. Just kind of be like, hey, remember you did this in the game sometimes.
Yep.
But it's good. Like, I mean, story-wise, it's really good. It kind of... It's interesting that, like, okay, so how they handle it is kind of weird because, like, my game that was, like, at 100%, it was like, hey, you have this new DLC. Do you want to enable it? And it's like, yeah. And then all of a sudden that save became, now you're locked into this DLC.
Really?
So, like, you're still in the city, so, like, if you still had side shit to do, you could do it. I don't. They were all, grayed out and done.
Yeah.
But then it was like my save suddenly went to like, okay, you're 2% through this thing, now instead of 100% through the game. And then when I finished, it was like, okay, you're 100% again. But it throws in some more random city challenges type things. Thankfully, it throws in some more challenge mode things, and they tie to the main game. So those challenge tokens that are fucking impossible to get the best ranking on.
Yeah.
Now you have more that you can just get the second best ranking on and move on with your life and unlock the rest of the stuff.
I like that.
So that's nice. So I think I have pretty much everything. I think I have 2 suit powers I haven't unlocked because I'm just like, fuck them. They're useless to me. But I could go grind a couple of these and probably get enough to unlock them if I cared. But I was like, there'll probably be more challenges in the next one, and I'll just unlock them then.
Yep.
So it is nice that it doesn't vomit. So, like, there's a new mafia type thing in town. So there's some more of those like random crime things you have to stop in each little part of the city.
Yeah.
Thankfully, it's not the entire map. It's just like Hell's Kitchen, Greenwich. Like there's like the center part of Manhattan. You've got to do like the lower part in Harlem and stuff. You don't have to. There's nothing going on up there, but yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, it's more Spider-Man. It's got 3 new suits. No powers to go with them, but just 3 more suits to choose from. Yeah, and it's a straight up to be continued. Like when it hits the end, it's like, okay, yeah, that was definitely episodic, and next part will be coming sometime.
Buy the next part.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's good, and like I really, even though I will fully admit, and this is going to get mildly nerdy for a second, I fully admit that Black Cat is a total ripoff of Catwoman, always has been.
Yep.
And they, as if they weren't borrowing enough from the Arkham universe, the back and forth between Peter and Felicia is very much like Arkham City, Catwoman and Bruce Wayne thing, It's just like, guys, I know, wow, you already kind of borrowed a lot from this game. Or, so, like, to do this same kind of, cat and mouse thing, whatever, yeah, cat and spider thing. It's a little weird that it's so on the nose and so very similar. However, at the same time, at the end of the day, this is not me shitting on anything because I like all of these things, but hey, Wonder Woman borrowed the whole fucking plot of Captain America, so whatever. Steal the Catwoman stuff. I don't care. So,
yeah.
Anyway, I'm just saying it's a little weird. Like I said, it's just I couldn't help but have those vibes come off of it, even though it's really good. And
yeah.
I don't know. It's a good DLC though, and there's one little side thread that's really good. Like there's a little side mission chain that when it wraps up, it was like nice, well done.
This is the good stuff.
Yeah. No, I really liked it, and I'm amazed by the voice actor chemistry in that game, because you don't really deal with Yuri in this one. She's not really present in the DLC, but obviously Mary Jane's back, and then Felicia's a new character who had some, I think, audio dialogue in the main game, but it was like all pre-recorded stuff. But it's just there's really good chemistry with the voice actors in this. So
Yeah.
Yeah, and that just it plays out well,
Yeah.
story wise.
That's what I'm realizing about Spider-Man, in talking about these other games, is there's just enough stuff in it.
Mhm.
Like, none of the things feel overwhelming, like, oh, God, I'm never going to get to the end of these. It's almost like they knew, all right, we don't want you to spend the rest of your life playing this game.
Mhm.
We want you to get 100% and say that you had fun doing it.
Yeah. Now I would have 100% trophies again if they hadn't added New Game Plus, which they did. So there's now another trophy for finishing the game on New Game Plus, and another one for finishing it on the Ultimate difficulty, which I think is new. I think there was only 3 difficulties
Yeah,
before.
they added one.
Yeah, so the Ultimate is like the hardest difficulty, which I did already start the main New Game Plus on that mode because I had 100% of trophies, so I'm gonna do it again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I mean, having all the unlocks and everything, it's so far, I'm not finding it to be that difficult. I mean, I have kind of become one with the game now, so
You are Spider-Man
Yeah.
now.
Good. I'm glad.
Good.
but yeah, I will report back. I will probably have that because I mean, not having to do all the side shit, I think I can mainline that game pretty quick, having everything unlocked.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Yeah, like side missions, not doing that.
Nope.
I just want your achievements or trophies,
Tropes.
sweet trophies.
Sweet trophies. So you guys want to take a break?
I'd love to.
Yeah, let's do.
Okay.
Wait, so I didn't realize they added trophies with the New Game Plus stuff.
Yeah, there's one just for finishing game and New Game Plus, but you might as well do that on Ultimate and get both in one fell swoop.
Yep.
But yeah, I already made it through the Kingpin opening stuff on New Game Plus Ultimate, and he's pretty easy. It's fucking chump.
He's kind of a chump once you know what you're doing.
Yeah. Yeah, once I because I love that it's like, hey, hit him with your standard web shooter. I'm like, nah, fuck that shit. I've got a web grenade. I've got all these upgraded ones. I'm like, I'm not hitting him with the piddly ass normal web shooter.
Yeah, blow his ass up.
I did.
Webs.
I fucked this shit up real fast.
I just want to say I'm thankful for our community, our little no quarters / Banffcast community. Like, our Discord is relatively drama free,
Mm-hmm.
and we haven't had any like gross bot invasions or people using the N-word or any other.
Nanobot.
Yeah.
Is that a thing that's happening?
Yeah, three other Discords that I'm in have had to deal with some really terrible trolls in the last couple days. So I'm thankful for our community.
Yeah, we've only had one that made me want to stop logging into Discord, and they eventually left,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which was nice.
Mm-hmm.
It worked out.
It was all right.
Like, somebody had sent 4 bots into this Discord that simultaneously repeatedly posted at everyone messages with porn, and by the time it woke me up from the sound, it was up to 400 and something notifications. Yeah. Another person used a text-to-speech exploit to make the computer say the N-word at me
Mm.
in a channel. It was exciting.
You should probably leave those places.
They are good places.
the
they
bot
just-
should leave those places.
Yeah, they are good places. They just got fucking jerks decided to show up.
Hmm.
Other than those like incidents, they're places that I like to be.
Okay.
That's the thing about Discord. It's like what Twitter used to feel like, where it was like, okay, if they're shitheads, you just kind of, they get weeded out.
Yeah,
They're not in your
Yeah.
feed anymore.
Right.
Whereas now it feels like you can't avoid having shitheads in your feed on Twitter, at least.
Right. Well, the good thing about our Discord is that I have control of it,
Yeah.
and they're the 4 of us that know what we will tolerate and what we will not tolerate. So far, we haven't had to ban anybody, but I've also, as I see things happen in other communities, I go behind the scenes and make a change to a setting here, adjust something there, and just like I went in and made a couple changes this morning before I before I.
What'd you do?
No, I just disabled a couple things that would
Would allow those bots.
that would allow those bots to do their thing.
So you were basically preemptively.
Yeah. I was like,
Fucking
oh
them
no,
up.
that's not going to happen here. I gotta unfuck that.
I do occasionally wonder, like, we have people join Discord and then never say a fucking word.
It happens. It happens everywhere.
Well,
Like,
I mean,
Sometimes
those
they
are
just read. I read a lot of other ones.
okay. Well, I just mean it seems suspect. And like, I'm
Yeah.
like, all right, what the fuck's about to happen?
I'm in one other Discord that I've never participated in, but I look at it.
I
guess
see
just
that happen in a
don't
lot.
need to
Like,
join.
we've got 70 something. Let's say we've got 80 people in our Discord, and probably 15 people really speak up at all.
Yeah.
I know others that are in the same range of people, and it's like the same 10 or 15 people are always talking,
Yeah.
because that's what's going to happen in any community like that.
A lot of people just lurk.
Yep. And it's okay to
What are you
lurk.
doing? Oh, you're moving that. Okay.
Moving the ad.
If you just want to join the Discord to lurk and see the dumb shit that we say on a daily basis when we're all supposed to be working, please do.
Yeah.
Remind me tomorrow, BJ. There's a setting in Patreon that will just like, you're in Patreon. Here, take the.
I looked at it and I don't want to use it.
Okay, but on mine, I want to just let everybody in, to give them the link so that they can, as a reward, just be like, "Hey, you're in the Patreon now, or the Discord now."
Oh, you have a Smarmy Jerkface Discord?
Yeah, or no, I have a Smarmy Jerk Face Patreon,
Right.
but I want to give those people access to our Discord.
As patrons?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, not as
Not in the swanky patron.
no, just as like, hey, while you're here, go over to our Discord.
Oh, I would say just go in and create an invite.
Okay.
Yeah. You can go into the server settings and create an invite and just do that and post the link.
Okay. Cool.
I don't like the Patreon integration or the Discord Patreon integration. I don't think they really thought about it very well, because I looked into having everybody automatically patroned up.
Yeah.
And I just don't like the way that
Yeah.
the levels and everything, you have to do too much fuckery. You have to add another role to your
Oh.
Discord, and
Okay.
yeah, it doesn't integrate nicely. So I maybe they'll improve it at some point where I don't have to do as much dumb bullshit to make it work the way we want it to work. But for now, we'll just manually add people. But yeah, just create a link and create an invite
post
link
it.
and post it.
What do you mean you can't?
Chuck, you cannot. Oh,
What?
his upcoming live stream. That's just him jacking it.
Oh, that, yeah. Sorry, I forgot about that.
Yeah. The alleged stream I will be doing is just me jacking
Yeah,
it.
it's just a stream of jizz.
I'm
Non-stop.
driving to Orlando, getting in a hotel suite, jacking.
Fucking and jacking it.
For the first time ever, he's going to have the stream going, and then he's going to Twitch.
Yeah.
Do you want to borrow my green screen for that? So you can be
No, I'm show off
jacking
the
it in
hood.
space?
I don't want to jack it in
do you-
space.
Do you want to borrow his green skeet?
No, I do not.
No. It's
been
extra healthy. It's good for the environment.
Sustainable.
He's been eating a lot of kale lately.
Yeah. 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 No, the thing is, I'll just go ahead and talk about it.
I cannot talk about it, but I will talk about
I
it.
just didn't want to talk about it. I had already planned to start doing it, and I've already fucked up and missed out on.
Did you side jack? I mean,
I did, yeah.
I just started and
I
I
missed the mark.
Yeah.
Just hit the ceiling, and then I.
Oh, hi, Mark.
No, what I hope to do is get everything set up. I just know I'm going to get down there and something's not going to work right. The hotel's just gonna have
Hotel
shitty
internet's
Wi-Fi.
gonna suck.
Yeah,
for streaming.
like
Yeah,
the last
the
hotel
hotel Wi-Fi's gonna
had
suck.
had upload better than at my house, so I was like,
wow.
I could do this, but then
This-
I just ran out of time.
This hotel is going to be a resort.
I know, so it should have business Wi-Fi.
It's business Wi-Fi.
So I don't know, but the plan is just to play games that I had, like specific games I had for each system when I was a kid, games that I know very well and can tell stories about how me and my friends used to play them, like Atari games for an example. Just making up your own storyline for whatever dumb bullshit was happening in an Atari game because it had nothing to like. Atari games were all bullshit. Like it was just blocks, dots, and you had to kind of make up your own story. So stuff like that. Real old man shit.
Real old man shit. What? Hey.
But the Orlando stream will probably be NES games. So
Sweet.
And you're doing this on your Twitch?
Yeah.
Okay.
Twitch and Mixer and YouTube.
All of them?
There's
You
an
can
app
do this
that
all?
there's an app that streams to all of them at once.
What?
Yeah, it's weird. So I'm gonna test that out. Get me some Mixer points. Get me some Twitch cred and bits and flakes and
How
whatever.
would people know when they get closer to the event how to find this? Twitter? Twitter is going to be the best thing?
Yeah.
Or your Gram?
No, don't go to the Gram.
Don't go to your
The
Gram?
Gram just picks of me.
Are you going to do it through our Twitch or your Twitch?
Mine.
Yours, okay.
Yeah. Because I don't want to get in anybody's way of anyone else doing whatever. Although we'll all be down there, so
Do it.
probably not.
You can do it on no quarters.
Yeah,
We
but
have
no.
like 8 followers.
Yeah. If you go to my Twitter page, up in the top banner graphic is where all the links are. So.
Okay. There you go.
BJ's going there right now.
I am.
Enhance.
It's probably twitch.tv/SmarmyJerkface.
Yeah, except there's an underscore between Smarmy and Jerkface.
Somebody already had
else
Smarmy
has
Jerkface.
Smarmy Jerkface.
What?
No.
Or that was the first attempt at jacking it, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, regular Smarmy Jerkface got banned for.
When I tried to merge my account from Justin TV to Twitch, it did this thing like, no, you can't keep this. It's too old. And I was like, what? And it wouldn't let me have it. So.
I'm curious because I didn't pay any fucks, or I don't really give many fucks about Twitch now. But
Right, yeah.
was it Justin like a person's name, or was it just in?
It was Justin was a person's
Yeah, it
name.
was Justin's TV.
Okay.
He decided there wasn't really a method for streaming video games on the internet, and he was like, oh, fine, I'm going
Well, it's
to
just-
create it.
But like,
Some of these internet things, I'm a little confused. 'Cause,
Yeah,
like
for
you,
sure.
you read them in like either in URL speak. It's
Yeah.
like the jiggle thing, hit record. I was like, does that say hit record? Like I mean, like you're making like like there's things where there's ambiguous.
That's a double one.
Yeah.
yeah, I was like
That's
hit
good.
like did I just make a hit record?
Hit record, Joe. Hit record, Joe.
Yeah.
That,
Exactly.
I am
so
so mad that he came up with that, and like, it. Yeah.
yeah, so I just don't know if like sometimes I read these things. I'm like, which is it?
yeah.
Which is which?
All right.
Jacking it.
All right,
Jacking it.
let's get back to jacking it.
Yep.
Yeah, finally.
Second half.
Ready to go whenever.
All right, welcome back. Second
Hey.
half.
Hi.
No quarters. Still a motherfucking video game podcast, despite our best efforts.
We've tried.
Episode 100, part 2.
Yeah, that.
It's our 100th second half.
It's more than that.
Yeah.
Official.
Oh
Oh, yes. Numeral 100.
wow, you sprechen that Espanol pretty good.
I did. Se habla estas no son mis zapatos.
Yeah.
Anyway. Hollow Knight.
Yeah.
I played it.
All right.
Hollow Noche.
Yes. It's Hollow Knighto.
Oh, sorry.
Please. Yeah.
What the fuck are we doing?
Hollow Knight Void Heart Edition, which is basically the Xbox edition of the Switch game. That basically, like Xbox, whenever you put out a game, like they're like, "Ooh, it has to be the ultimate
Oh,
edition."
yeah, you have to have
So
something.
it's basically like all the DLC is somewhere in there. I
Okay.
don't even know how it all works, but Hollow Knight is basically your Metroidvania type 2D game Looks beautiful, sounds beautiful, wonderful music, but it's it's kind of that Ori and the Blind Forest look to it, a bit more animated, but it's more kind of like almost. And this sounds bad, but I don't know any other way to say it. But kind of like Tim Burton-y. It's like that kind of like gothy, but kind of still kind of friendly look to it.
So like Limbo and Inside kind of thing.
No,
No,
because it's more like animated,
Oh, okay.
like hand drawn cell animation look to it. But you are a little bug, and your weapon is a nail, and you are basically exploring this society that's underneath the ground that has died off, and all that's left are kind of like zombie corpse bugs that are there, and it is probably the game that is most evocative of the original Metroid that I can think of, like the NES Metroid, in that there is an actual area that is like one of those big, long vertical tubes where you've got things that are going around, a platform that's floating in the sky, and there's one enemy that just crawls around on the outside of it. It's like, if you remember that area, like there's a whole area in there that is basically exactly that, and you kind of traverse it in the same way that you would in Metroid. So it definitely earns the whole Metroidvania thing, because of course there's like, all right, you can get by this thing, but you need to have this certain weapon that'll be able to kill it, or get this power. This is a really good version of that type of game. And it's also basically got the Dark Souls-ish thing of, okay, I died, I have to do a corpse run to get back to get all the currency that was on my corpse when I died, and that'll get me, that'll retrieve it all, but if I die, then it's gone. So you end up having to bank or spend all of your stuff before you really start exploring a new area. And it kind of works in that when you go in a new area, you don't have the map. You have to find the guy who sells you the map in that area. So you kind of are forced to learn the area and not just rely on, okay, where's the map going to tell me where to go? So I like that about it, that it's very smart in how it doles out things. But the problem becomes, like so many of these games, is backtracking.
Yeah.
Because your save points are like little benches, like park benches, basically, where you have to stop there, and whenever you die, it'll respawn you there. But they're usually not near bosses, which is bad, because you have to do boss runs at certain points, and it's like, fuck, I gotta go all the way back here just to get back to where the boss is. And it has fast travel, but those spots are very spread out. So getting to one doesn't mean, okay, if I want to get to this thing, I can just, do the fast travel and go there. It's like, no, you got to go to these specific hubs to get there. And so there becomes a lot of like, all right, I've done this area a billion times. I know what I'm doing. So it also has that Dark Souls thing about it in that regard. But it's a lot more forgiving than Dark Souls is, I will say that. It's not like this brutally difficult game. But it has a nice atmosphere of, all right, I'm exploring this world that used to be clearly very awesome, and now has kind of fallen into disrepair, and everyone has abandoned it. So it's got that feeling to it, which I like in games. I like exploring worlds that are like, man, what happened here?
Right.
And there are friendly characters in it. It's not like everything in there is trying to kill you. Like you'll run it, like the guy who gives you the maps. He's like humming a happy little song, and he's just like, man, I love exploring these places. This is kind of cool, But he's like this big portly bug guy, gentleman thing.
So are you a cute bug or a gross bug?
You're a cute little bug.
Okay.
Yeah, you're just.
Well, you could be like,
you're a
something
cute bug.
gross.
No, but you're a little knight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're like a beetle knight.
Oh.
Kind of, yeah.
Paul.
Yeah, but there's a, yes. No, not like Paul. But there, anyone.
He was knighted.
Sir
No.
Beetle, Sir Beetle of the Knightsleys.
No, his song on Thriller is still the only crime that's on Thriller. So. Anyway.
Oh, well, sorry.
Yeah.
Someone wasn't having simply a wonderful Christmas time over there.
Once the Beatles ended, that guy sucked. I'm sorry.
Whoa, that's...
Let's keep talking about your bug game before I reach over there and murder you.
Fight.
I'm just saying we all know where the real talent was in the Beatles. So anyway.
Ringo?
Leave Ringo alone.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, it is a solid version of those types of games, but it does suffer from those same problems that they all have. Where it's, okay, I know I can do this one thing to unlock this area, but goddamn, that was like 10 hours ago, and I kind of remember that corner. So then you kind of end up like, you'll get a new power, and then it's like, oh yeah, I need to use this. But then you can't remember where you used it, and
Yeah.
you're looking at the map, and you kind of are like, fuck, is it all the way over there? I don't even know. And then you get there, and it's like, nope, that power didn't work on that. That door doesn't open. You know, it's like, god damn it. So, you know, that your mileage may vary on that type of game.
So, do you like it or not?
I do.
Oh, okay.
I like it a lot. It's
All
just
right. I was just confused.
no. It's one of those that's very. I hate to say, but it's time consuming.
Yeah.
In a way that the next game I'm going to talk about is in a different way than that one is, because it just feels like, you know, you can play for an hour and be like, I don't think I really got anywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you can play and be like, I didn't unlock anything. I didn't really get to any new areas. I just kind of like backtracked between areas I'd already been, and then kind of had to go do something else. So I feel like I wasted an hour playing that game.
Yeah.
Whereas, you know,
I was gonna. Can I insert one quick thing? Because like,
Yeah.
isn't this coming to or already came to one of the like, we're giving you games for free? Like, all right, not free, but like, it's getting a little insane because I've got Xbox Live Games with Gold. I've got the Game Pass. I've got PS Plus, and I'm subscribed to Humble Monthly.
Yeah.
Plus Steam occasionally is just like, hey, free game. You know, if you click in
Yeah.
and install it now. I think I might own this, but I have no fucking idea what system I might own it
you
for.
might have it on Steam. It's been out. It was a Kickstarter game.
Okay.
So it's been out for a while.
I can't
The
remember if it was
Xbox
a
One version
bundle.
only came out like a month ago.
Okay.
Like it was
So
a it was
probably
a
not
new
that.
release like less than a month ago, I believe.
Okay. I
So-
feel like it was it's either been announced or it's already came to one of the free game things, and because I think it's one of those where I was like, oh, this seems like a thing I should probably check out. I don't know why in my inner head I always talk like Kermit.
I know.
Maybe I should check out the Hollow Knight.
Hello, Knight.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's just it's one of those things. Like I heard other people say it was like it's really pretty and it's really fucking hard, and
Yes. You get upgrades that make it easier.
Sure.
But like the first time you go to a new era, you're like, fuck.
yeah. Well,
You know.
it's we can go ahead and segue. I mean, we were going to talk again about Dead
Yeah.
Cells.
Yeah, because that was the game I was trying to wean myself off Dead Cells with.
Right.
It's honestly why I bought it.
I'm so not weaning myself off Dead Cells to the point that I rebought it on the Switch.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because all right, so
Dead Cells is awesome.
I a while back I said I moved my PC off the TV, you know, main TV couch gaming kind of thing, and so Dead Cells has like been the only thing where I was like, I really want to play this on the TV, you know, just chilling out and playing on the TV. And Steam linking and all that stuff is fucking bullshit. I mean,
Yeah.
it
is.
sucks. Like, I mean, have you tried game streaming with the Shield? Is it any better? Like, no.
No.
Okay, I just wondered if like they had some better technology.
It was a little bit better, but it eventually hits a point where it just like gets overloaded or something, and it
Okay.
just locks up.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like these things should be possible, especially on a local area network, but
Yep.
they suck. And
Yep.
especially, I mean, you could do something like Civilization, where it's not, you know,
Yeah, turn-based.
turn-based things are fine, but like I fired up Dead Cells, and it was like, yeah, no,
Yeah.
there's no precision control here whatsoever. So.
Yeah. But I got a lot further. I've gotten a lot further since the last time we talked.
Yeah, I don't remember where I was when we talked, but I have all the runes. I've made it to the Hand of the King or whatever the hell his name is, and I haven't beaten him, but I've come close.
Yeah. This is just one of those games, like, it doesn't matter how much I suck. I want to keep playing.
I fucking love Dead Cells. Like, I mean, it's so weird because like I liked it. I played it a good bit when it was early access, and then it was like, oh, this is officially released now. And I don't know why. It hit me hard after it officially
There's
released.
something about every run being new and every run giving you something. Like, you have to have a really terrible run to not be able to throw some cells at something along the way.
Right. My only complaint, and I understand it's a game design thing, but like, why you can't bank cells and take it to the guy that gives you the better item quality? Like that, like if I know I'm going to kick ass in a run and I'm just going to make it to him, I know it's a risk reward thing if I'm going to carry all these cells there, but I don't like that it makes you spend them with the one guy before you can progress to the next area, because I feel like you beat the concierge and you get 12 cells and then you're talking to the guy that you can improve your item quality. And it's like,
Yeah.
I only
you
have
have
12.
to give him like 1,000.
Yeah, and well, I was wrong. Like you do get some. Like it goes to like 1%. Like before you get to the 1,000, the 1,000 will be 100%. Items will be plus quality or better.
Yeah.
But I'm saying like it just sucks that you can't bank them to go just take them to that guy. Because I finally did get at least some percentage, plus items will drop, and that's nice. When you just
Yeah.
pick up a plus item and it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, because that's all I ever seem to do is like upgrade everything to plus
Right.
immediately
Yeah.
as soon as I hit one of the,
So
beat the first level.
it's a little weird, but like it's strange. Like the Switch one, I mean, right away beat Concierge first run. Like literally booted up the game and got right through the Concierge because it was like I know how to play this now.
Yeah.
Like I know what weapons to take to kill this motherfucker,
Mm-hmm.
and I knew right where the runes were, so I just did that first, and then it was like, all right, I'm mostly caught up on the Switch version now. Other than I obviously haven't put as many upgrades. You know.
I seem to be the king of fucking up a sure thing in that game. Like I'll get all the weapons I want. I'll get a legendary, bow or something where I'm like, oh yeah, I'm fucking doing this. And then I will just die the dumbest deaths ever.
Yep.
Every fucking time.
I've done that.
And then there was one run where the first time I ever got to the ossuary, I cleared out everything. One time.
Yeah.
Didn't even have good weapons doing it. I just I don't know what it was, if I was just being extra cautious or was doing it right, but I murdered everything in that level and, got the rune that was there and just did everything. And I'm like, okay, I literally never have to go back to this area again.
Yeah.
Because
That's-
this one run.
That's how I
cleared
feel
it.
about I never want to go back to the one where it's like you have to stay by the light or eventually your
Oh,
health.
I fucking hate
whatever that one's called. It's like when I was done with there, I'm like whatever way I can go around this, I'm always going around this because fuck that level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you get there? Because I've only been there a couple times and I've died both times because I tried to basically just sprint through it, and by the end I just had like this conga line of monsters chasing me
Yeah.
through the level, and I turned around and it's like, oh god, everything is going to kill me now.
I don't think you get anything there. I think you have to go through there to get to the Slumbering Sanctuary, which
Okay.
is like where the final rune is, I believe.
No.
I think that's where the spider rune is because that's the one where it's like, have you been to the Slumbering Sanctuary?
No.
Okay.
I never made it through the dark area.
So it's not much of a spoiler. It's like weird because like you'll go in the level and like you'll see there'll be some enemies, but then there'll be like enemies frozen in stone kind of thing, and then like you hit a point where you have to hit a switch to unlock all the doors. There's like one switch that unlocks all the doors, and then all the enemies come to life. Oh,
Oh, fuck
yeah.
that.
It's actually not bad. I mean, it's like,
Yeah.
but because it's kind of nice because you know what's coming if you pay attention, like all the frozen Medusa ones.
Oh, okay.
Because like, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna have to fight that guy. I'm gonna fight that thing. Okay, so you can kind of like get a strat as you're like going through the 1 or 2 enemies that are still awake or whatever. But
Yeah.
I don't know. There's just not like other than the darkness level, and then there's one boss that like every time he hits you, and maybe it's the hand guy, but like there's one boss that every time he hits you, he gives you the blight, and so like you have plenty. You'll have 3,000 health, but four or 5 hits from him, and you die from the blight.
Yeah.
I don't remember what boss that is, but like it's just like fuck that. Because I mean, I've had some runs where I'm like seriously, I have 3,000-4,000 health, like somehow just fucking boatloads of health. And,
Yeah, because you kept getting
yeah.
those,
Where I was down to like, okay, this will give you 2% health.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah, so you just take the other scroll. You're like, all right, I'll just take the purple one that I never use.
I always mix them up. Like, I mean, I try to keep it even unless I've got a kick-ass weapon that's one color or the other. Like I try to, I go for the health more than the damage bonus. To be honest with you,
Yeah.
that's how I play. But
I
that's-
actually go for the least health I can, so that
Right.
when I grab that 30% bonus later, it's
but it's 30%.
or wait, no, sorry, other way around. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say if 30% bonus is just 30%. It doesn't matter when you add it, right? I don't know.
Yeah, it does.
Fucking math.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't keep the 30%. I re-roll and put the 30% on when I know it's a boss battle.
Mm.
So I roll with like the make my gadgets come out faster, do more damage by them, and then usually the there's another one that I can't remember what it's called, but it's like another purple one. Oh no, I do the necromancy one, so you get health back from killing people.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Those are usually the 3 I roll around with, and then when it's boss battle, necromancy's not going to help. Re-roll that.
Yeah. We've kind of seen the Matrix
Sweet,
on this game.
Sweet cheats, or pro
sweet
strats, I
cheats.
guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's the thing that's endlessly fascinating about this is like I will poo-poo a thing and then just like try it. And I'm like, holy fuck! If you put this combination together, it's amazing. Like, I really was just like for the longest time I was like fuck shields, and then I don't know why I picked up this like legendary shield, and I was just like. I don't know. I felt like I was fucking Neo because like people were shooting at me. I'm just like bling, like reflect it back at them,
Yeah.
and they're dying. I'm like, holy shit, shields are awesome. Like if you have the right one and you time it well, I don't know. It was just like I just kept like perfectly timing the deflection things and
Yeah,
knocking out gold
and
teeth.
sometimes it's just being in a certain area where that
Yeah.
thing is going to work.
Yeah.
Like some areas, like I'll get the Spartan shoes, and I'm like, yeah, I'm kicking your ass into a wall.
Yeah, I just
You're going to explode when you hit it, asshole.
I still like the Spartan shoes and the Nutcracker, like all those slow ones.
Yeah.
I do not like because I'm a Twitch like stab guy instead of like a one long.
yeah,
Yeah, so that's the
No, I
sound that
understand.
they
Is
make.
it is.
Yeah,
Okay.
but no, Dead Cells is fucking great and so good. I mean, it kind of hit it in the realm where it was like, all right, I'm tip jarring it by rebuying it on the Switch.
Yeah.
You know, I'm getting what I want, but also here have some more money because I bought it early access and it was only like $10 on Steam at the time.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, here have some more money because
Well, the Xbox version's pretty solid.
Well, the Switch version is a tad slow. Like, I
Yeah.
mean, occasional mild slowdowns, but I just thought that it was like, yeah, I kind of going to buy it on here because I may someday want to pick up my Switch and go somewhere and keep playing this.
Yep.
That's kind of like, I'm willing to give up that little bit of like, well, it's not the highest fidelity or fastest running because I might be able to pick it up and take it with me somewhere.
Yeah, but it's good. Play it.
Mm-hmm.
We still recommend it. So Chuck,
Yeah.
you're playing something else that I almost always would recommend
Yeah.
because that game's great.
Uh-huh.
What made you decide to put this back in?
It's new. It's not putting it back in. It's Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered Edition.
It's putting it back in for the first time.
right.
So what is this, a Blops thing?
It came with
It came with
it came with Infinite Warfare.
Infinite Warfare.
So it's a
So it's
couple
not
years
new.
old.
It's newish. I mean,
You're newish.
it's not like
It's a
I'm
couple
going back
years
and
old,
playing
Chuck.
Call of Duty 4.
I-
But anyway,
no.
Yeah,
anyway,
you are.
it's Call of Duty season, and there's
Okay.
no fucking story mode Call of Duty. So I was
True.
like, I want to play some fucking Call of Duty, the real Call of Duty, the story mode. So this was the newest one that I had not played.
Okay.
Wait, you never played Modern Warfare?
No, I'm saying like Infinite Warfare, World War II. I played both of those, but this is the.
I'm saying you never played Call of Duty 4.
I did play Call of Duty 4.
All right, I'm confused.
This
He
is
just
it's
considers the
remastered,
remastered
new.
another
It's
version.
I would like to check out this remastered 1080p plays like a
How-
modern video game, Modern Warfare game.
I mean, the other one ran 60 frames per second. So.
Sure.
It's fine. Just
but it's muddy, and you go back and look at it and you go, this
Okay.
doesn't look great. This looks fucking great, and it should because it's 80 fucking gigs of download.
Yeah,
Jesus.
it's big.
Like you put the disc in, and it loads 108 megs, and it's like
Get
you're
all-
good to go. And I'm
Get all
like,
them 4K.
I'm like, really? And so I hit the button, and it's like, oh wait, no, there's a patch, 80 gigs. Download that. So 2 days later, I came back and played some Modern Warfare. It is a very good looking version of that game. It runs just as smooth. They have redone all the bullshit, all the on-screen visuals and 24 style graphics and bullshit that are all over the screen.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
And
those.
missions and everything. It's a really. Had you not known this game was an iconic game from 10 years ago, you would think it's a current video game. That's how well. I mean, the player movement is a little 360-y, if that makes sense. Like you can. Just certain movements never evolved past a certain state on the 360 in that generation. But other than that, it's real good. It's just a lot of fun to play, and it's real dumb. The only irritating thing about it, it's not really its fault, but it's just all the dumb bullshit that everyone started saying because of Modern Warfare.
Oscar Mike.
All that shit is just said so earnestly in this game, and you're just like, God, shut up, you fucking posers. Even though it's like, yeah, okay, this is where it came from. It's not where it came from, but it's where it started to enter the vernacular of every fucking person on the planet. So yeah, I'm gonna keep playing through this. Play through 2 again, probably. I never played 3, so.
I never played 3 either, but it's regarded as not good
Yeah, I
by
think
basically
people.
everyone.
Well, after you set off like 6 nukes in the second one, including one in space, what are you gonna do? So, if they didn't set off 12 nukes in 3, then I could see how people might say it's disappointing. But yeah, so Also, man, what a fucking different world 10 years ago was.
Oh, where the Russians were the bad guys
Well,
and everyone acknowledged it?
Yeah, but I mean, just still being in that, fuck yeah, 9/11 revenge mode kind of thing.
Yeah.
To where now we're all like, gosh, we fucked that up. It's just it's a very strange culture shock to go back to that and just be like, it's all hardcore hoorah and all that, and some of that's a little awkward, but whatever.
Yeah.
You shoot guns, people come at you with other guns, and you're like, nah.
That sounds like a Call of Duty game.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah, bro.
Yeah.
Taste my gun.
Yeah, it doesn't have the save the world, burger world, murder boner stuff. That's, I think that's in 2, right?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
What, Wolverines?
Yeah.
Is into.
Okay, yeah. I think that's the best of that generation of Call of Duty games. That's like the best, like just like, oh, you get the fuck out of my country. You get out of my burger world.
I mean, that level maybe, but I mean, the first Blops I think is the best Call of Duty.
Overall, yes,
Yeah.
I agree. Blops overall is great. I just think that particular level is just like,
That's the best Call of Duty moment.
it's
period.
it's an adrenaline rush of just like, I am all in on this. You get the hell out of here.
I still say personally for me, my favorite Call of Duty moment is the gunship thing, just because like that was like,
Oh, sure.
that video leaked out of like what that looks like,
Yeah.
and then I was like, no, you're actually playing this, like this is, and then
Yeah.
it's been passed as fake news footage.
Yes.
Like other like Korean news stations be like, look at this bombing, and it's like, dude, that's fucking Call of Duty.
Yeah. Yes,
You assholes.
exactly.
Like that's how good it looks.
Nope.
Yep. So, yeah, play that.
Yeah.
Pro tip: from my understanding, if you have the PS4 version of this, you need both the disc and a code. If you have the Xbox One version, you just need the disc. Because I bought the disc from Redbox. It was like $4.99. They were clearing it out, and I realized, I'm probably never going to be able to play Modern Warfare because I don't have a code for it. Just pop the disc right in, and it was just like, hey, go. So I don't know what the difference is between the two systems, but they both require the disc, but the PS4 version needed a code to trigger the download. And the Xbox version just said, hey, play this. So
Weird. I don't. That doesn't make a lot of sense. But all right.
Well, if you're going to play the PS4 version, make sure to buy it at least 2 weeks before you want to play it, so you'll have time to download it.
yeah.
Actually, that's gotten better. They fixed it. I feel like they
totally fixed it.
Look,
Most people I've seen waiting for Red Dead to download are still waiting.
You basically have to log out. Or not log out, but you have to
Put it in standby.
Put it in standby mode.
Well, I mean, I know it's not Red Dead 120 gigs or whatever it is, but like that Spider-Man DLC, because, again, I will say I fucking hate that the PS4 is like, yeah, I know you own that, and I know it just came out, but go fucking download it manually. Whereas like the Xbox is like, yeah, you got that DLC, here it is. It's there. It's like, it's ready to go. Or it's just like, hey, install all. It's like, I don't know. It just seems more seamless. But the moment I realized that was out, and then I went, oh yeah, it's the PS4. I'm gonna have to go download it. It was like just under 3 gigs, and I mean, it finished in like 2 minutes, 3 minutes. It was like, I know it's not Red Dead levels of like, oh my god, that's fucking huge. But I was like, holy shit, this. I was fully prepared to like download, put it in standby, and come back in an hour, and it was like, wait, this is actually gonna be done in a minute or two.
I mean, I haven't turned my PS4 on in like an embarrassingly long time, but
maybe it freed up the servers because everyone was downloading Red Dead, and it was like this was sitting on another server.
must have been.
Please download something from me. I'll be super fast for you.
Speaking of not turning my PS4 on, my PC has become more of a gaming console lately, as opposed to just a Netflix and internet machine and YouTube machine. I played a little game called Deceit, which is a free-to-play asymmetrical multiplayer game. But I will say this for it: while it is free-to-play, it does not like bash you over the head with free-to-play bullshit. It doesn't like chide you every 30 seconds to buy one of 18 different currencies or something like that. You get coins and shit somewhere, but it doesn't really matter for playing the game. It's, as far as I can tell, it's mostly cosmetic. But the conceit of Deceit is that there are 6 people trying to escape from this area. I don't know what the story is, but it's bad shit is happening. You have to escape.
Uh-huh.
2 of you are secretly infected, and there is proximity voice chat between everybody, but also the 2 infected can communicate with each other directly instead of communicating. Yeah, so it's your job as the infected to try to either... It's kind of like some of those card games like
Avalon, and
Avalon,
One
where
Night
you're,
Ultimate Werewolf.
where you're trying to convince everybody else that you're not the spy or whatever. So if you're the infected, you try to convince them that you're not infected, and if you're regular, then you're either trying to convince them that you're also not infected, but yeah, you're trying to suss out who the bad guys are, and it's actually pretty fun. Like I played with some folks for 4 or 5 hours, and for being a free-to-play game that I have no idea where it came from, and it's relatively small, it's pretty good. Like if you're infected, to power up, like to use your evil monster powers, you have to drink blood bags that are scattered around the levels, and you have to. When you drink those blood bags, it makes a noise, and so you have to kind of try to sneak
Is
around.
it like a Slurpee noise? Like
It is, yeah, it's kind of like a Slurpee noise.
Cool.
So you have to sneak around and not get caught slurping a bag, as the kids call it.
Slurping a bag.
Slurping a bag.
I don't think that's what they mean when they say that.
Yeah, that's
Oh yeah,
not.
it's totally. They're totally.
They're not talking about deceit.
Yeah, it's totally bag slurping.
I'm going to disagree with you.
No, that's what the kids call it.
All right, fair
And,
enough.
Yeah. Anywho, got to sneak around, and then try to kill everybody once the a certain trigger hits. You got to try to kill all the non-infected,
The normies.
yeah. Or if you're not infected, then you have to try to suss out who the infected is and
Sure.
shoot them to death. But it has a lot of the things I like about those sort of accuse your friends games without it being like as stressful for me, because you're just running around and you're going to play. It's going to be a 10-minute round at max, and
these
you'll-
people aren't your friends,
right.
Yeah.
so it doesn't matter if you accuse them or not.
True. You can shoot them in the head with almost no consequences, but
I believe with 100% accuracy that BJ is the werewolf.
it might be true.
Yeah, I mean, look at
Might
him.
be true.
Just, I mean, that's my argument is
There's never been any doubt.
look at him.
Yeah.
My hair was perfect. So I played another game that is an extremely PC game called Hand Simulator, because that's where all these dumb simulator games come from, is the land of personal computers.
Uh-huh.
And Hand Simulator is dumb as shit. But
I like where this is going.
Go on.
it is dumb as shit in all the right ways. It's one of those where, sort of like Surgeon Simulator. You-
That's what I figured when I read this.
Yeah, you control you control both your arms, and there are a bunch of basically dumb physics mini games. So one of them is load around in a revolver and shoot the guy across the table from you, and it's a multiplayer thing. So you have to try to manipulate your hands with mouse and keyboard to pick up a revolver, open the cylinder, pick up a round from the table, and then drop it in and close the cylinder, cock it, and fire it. And I don't know how anybody would ever manage to do it, but it's a hell of a lot of fun to try. There's one where you defuse a bomb, and you have, I think it's a max of 4 people in each one of these things. But you have 4 people sitting around a table, and you have drills and screwdrivers, and you have to take the lid off of this box by picking up a drill and unscrewing the screws, and then getting the lid off. We played that one probably 2 or 3 dozen times, and we never ever managed to actually get anywhere near defusing it. There's one where you have to pick up a gun, or like an AK, and put the magazine in and then shoot the other people, and it's all impossible because the dumbest physics like all the other.
Because you have Jello hands.
Well, you probably just should have put the clip in, and then it would have been fine.
Well, if you'd have put a clip in,
Yeah.
you'd be fine. But if waste time reading magazines and you're never going to
Yeah.
get anywhere.
I mean, print is dead, man.
Yeah. But it's like $3, and it's a dumb hoot. Something that you can.
A dumb hoot.
It's a
It's
dumb,
a dumb hoot. Hoot.
Something you can play with. A lot of multiplayer games are not fun with one or two other people, but this one, Hand Simulator, is pretty fun with just a couple other people. You can have a good time. But that's about it, I think, for my exciting PC gaming.
Oh, but we're not done with PC gaming yet.
Oh, hell no.
No, you're never done with PC
Heck
gaming.
no.
No.
Or is PC gaming never done with you?
That's probably the much more closer, accurate description.
Submitted for your approval to the Midnight PC Building Society.
So, speaking of PC building societies, I'm one of them. I decided to do some upgrading to my PC.
Yeah.
Did you fuck it up?
Well, no. Yes,
Hey.
and yes and no.
Oh, okay.
All right. So
Well, I was
Isn't
about
that
to
every
throw.
PC build?
the yes is actually pre-building it. Okay, so it doesn't matter the hows or why, but I basically wanted to replace the core guts, the motherboard, memory, and CPU, the
Sure.
core things you would have to upgrade.
The computer.
My video card's fine. You know, I did upgrade some hard drives, but that was just like an optional. Like I had a fuck it moment because work's sucked lately. So that wasn't necessary. It was just like it was like a yep. I'm now gonna have an M2 slot for a super fast hard drive. Fuck it, let's do it. The fuck up actually came just before that. I've had the same case for my PC for like probably going on 15 years. It's a long ass time. It feels like it's longer than I've had any other case in my life, I think. And I've just swapped guts in it repeatedly. What I realized I did just prior to getting the new parts is I decided to open up the old machine and pop a hard drive in and do some, copying data and things like that and get it ready for stuff. And I decided to take out a couple of components. It was like moving it out of the theater area. I no longer needed 5.1, so I had a sound card in there with a 5.1 encoder that could take anything and turn it 5.1. So I no longer need that because I've just got stereo PC speakers now. So I was taking that out and kind of shuffling some things around, and without even realizing it, I realized I've been fucking myself royally with my video card for a long time because
Oh no! What have you done?
in order to get things to fit right in my case, I had taken the video card and I was just like, I'll just move it down here to this other PCI Express slot. Well, the PCI Express slot it was supposed to be in was a an X16. What I had it in was an X4. So I was getting 1/4 the performance I
Oh
should have
my
been off of my
God.
video card for
Years?
a year or two.
Oh no!
Or no, probably about a year because it's about as long as I've had the 1080. But yeah, it was like, wow, okay. So I slapped that
So
around.
now you can run GTA at 4K.
I mean, yeah, my monitor's not 4K anymore, but yeah, I mean, I always could. It was just like a matter of what I turn on. I mean, it was a decent jump before I got the core components. Just putting it in the correct slot. Just I'm saying, not all PCI Express slots are created equal. There's usually one that's color coded for your main video card.
Yep.
Yeah, so I fucking rookie ass mistake, and I'm copping to it here live on the internet. So I'm just saying I've been doing fucking computer work for 20 years and still did that dumb shit. But anyway, so that was one thing. So I got a minor upgrade before the parts came, and then the new parts came, and I put it in. And I was like, wow, now it's a real big upgrade.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I had like a little.
Yeah,
that was
M2 hard drive has to be pretty fast.
pretty fucking cool, man.
But that's like a fun extra bonus for you.
It is. So I had like, oh look, it's a small upgrade, and then oh shit upgrade.
Yeah.
Because number one, one of the things I did is I got a new case because, like I said, I long in the tooth case. I got a new one that has really cool cable management and shit, and all the newer style hard drives bays that mine didn't. I had all these like adapter things and stuff in there. Fuck, hold on. God damn it.
Heart attack. Did get.
Piece of sausage.
Lodged
I had
my aorta.
Fucking series of burps that didn't want to come out. No, so it's got all the newer style hard drive slots and bays and everything. And the craziest thing is like another thing where I admit I was wrong. for years I was like, fuck having a window on your computer. That's so stupid. I don't, who gives a shit like about seeing anything on the inside of the computer? To new cases, it was like, oh, you don't want a window? That's like a $30-$40 premium over the other one that doesn't have a window. And I got it to talking to people, and my main complaint was not necessarily having the window. It was that a solid case was quieter than another one. And then I read these things that were like, no, this case, there is no sound difference between the window. It's tempered glass. It could be a steel side or the glass side. It's going to be the same amount of noise. It's just whether or not you want the glass. And I was like, fine, I'll get the fucking glass. Well, next thing I know, the new motherboard and my video card always did. I just never had a window where I saw it have LEDs, programmable RGBs on them. Not only did I turn them on, I ordered more. I went from I don't want a window to actually this looks fucking cool. Like not to look in the computer, but the ambient experience it makes in the room. Like when you turn all your lights out, it's just it's this cool fucking glow coming from your computer.
Mission control.
Yeah,
thing.
it's just I don't know. I admit that I'm wrong, but just kind of swung weirdly in the wrong direction. But
But now you know.
now I know, and it actually looks pretty fucking
And
cool.
you can run Forza Horizon 4 in 4K at 100 frames a second.
Well, I've got a 1440p monitor, so I'm not doing the 4K thing, but it's a G-Sync 144 hertz. So I decided, because a G-Sync 4K monitor, those are fucking ridiculous. Those start at $1,000.
Yeah.
And
they're stupid.
they're just stupid ass expensive. So this was the nice middle ground. I found a hell of a deal on it. So I would rather run things because at 24 to 27 inches, you can't tell 4K from 1440p. I mean, I know some people claim they can.
Yeah.
You can't fucking tell. Not in a game. Maybe in a desktop application. Not in a fucking game. It's like that. When you're that size, it's just and you're sitting that close, there's not a big fucking difference. And I'd rather hit, 100 plus frames per second and have, smooth game experience that way than having the more pixels. So to me, it was I can hit... with the current video cards, I can get closer to 144p, for 144 frames with this 2K resolution, whatever the fuck you want to call it, than I can 4K and then drop to 30 or 60. So, anywho, that's all nerdy ass PC hardware bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, things that are nice about the new setup that I will say. One game that was a little choppy that I liked was Ring of Elysium, which again I think I briefly talked about in our little Point podcast that we did,
Yeah,
our little Skype cast. Again, a free to play game that does not do any free to play bullshit. I think they're just subtly in the Fortnite market where they're just we sell crates and cosmetic shit, but we are not going to hit you on the head about buying any of it ever. It's if you are invested in it, it's in there. Go buy our free to play bullshit. But it has never once been hey, just give us $5 and you get this crate. Blah blah blah. Guarantee you have this. I've never had that. But for all the people that are man, I really like PUBG, but PUBG's fucking broken, despite being in now actual release.
Yeah.
Ring of Elysium is that fixed, and a lot of nice features just tacked on. I'm just saying, it's a free to play game. It's kind of the new hotness for people that are in the battle royale things. It's worth checking out. I think it looks better than PUBG. A lot of things happen automatically. You pick up an attachment for a weapon. If you have one that doesn't have an attachment that it fits, just automatically does it. You're not stuck in the menu going, oh, how do I put the scope on this rifle? And oh, it doesn't fit. And
Boy, how about that?
yeah, just little things. It's oh, if I can use this, boom, it's ready to go.
Yeah.
Plus, it's got cool other shit kits that there's a rock climbing kit, a snowboarding kit, and a hang gliding kit that you can start the game with. So you can do some crazy Batman shit with a grappling hook if you want to, or hang glide from one building to another and fuck with people, but not in the kinetic frenetic way that Fortnite is, where it's holy shit, kids are really twitchy. So it's just PUBG that moves a little bit faster and looks really nice. It's just kind of a marvel. So, and that looks really good now. But the main thing that I am most excited about is not only did I gain some horsepower and all that, but I switched from AMD to Intel, mainly because I have nothing against AMD. Who does have something against AMD is Facebook and Oculus, because no matter how fast of a processor you have, the Oculus VR software will just be now the computer doesn't meet minimum specs if you're using AMD processor. They just straight up do not recognize them as a processor doesn't matter how many cores or how fast. You can have
Well, that's shitty.
you can have the $1,200 Ryzen processor, and I think it would still go like, nope, doesn't meet minimum specs. Intel, I don't have that, so the case I bought is kind of cool because it's got HDMI and USB 3.1 right on the front top of the case, so I
Nice.
could just go and ready to go for VR.
That's pretty nice.
So it's real simple and real, makes me a lot more prone to want to do that, and I've done a lot more fucking around with VR. But specifically, one thing that I haven't played yet that I've kind of been talking about for some time is Stern Pinball Arcade finally came to the proper full-on Oculus store instead of just the Gear VR.
Right.
I don't fucking understand Farsight. We've explained this numerous times.
Mm-hmm.
It was only for the Gear VR for the longest time, and then finally they're like, hey, it's on the Oculus store for the Rift now, so I got it. And again, because they've so kind of clearly abandoned that game, the PC version, or specifically the Oculus version, is even stranger than the other ones because they've got this free-to-play system in it where if you check in like every day, you get some coins, and then if you do this challenge, you get some coins, and then you can use those coins to unlock the tables for full free play, or unlocked, not have to, or you can spend the coins for like one play at them.
Oh.
So it's like, it's weird. So like you can sample the tables with like the coins that they just throw at you for having signed up or whatever. You can try all of the tables, or you can just give them cash, get the coins, and get, like go the standard traditional, I'm going to pay you to unlock these tables thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's just weird that they've like gamified unlocking the shit on that version only. Now, once you're finally in, once you're actually standing in front of a pinball table, VR pinball is as cool as you fucking think it would be.
Mm-hmm.
Being able to lean, like, first thing I did, obviously, was fire up the AC/DC table, and, when it hits the cannon thing where it's like, fire the cannon, I literally leaned over, turned my head, and looked, like, at, perspective of the camera in VR.
Yeah.
So, it's fucking cool as hell. Unfortunately, man, they have just fucked up VR pinball altogether because Stern Pinball Arcade is basically abandoned. So, like, if you don't want, if you want AC/DC, Star Trek, and a couple of the other Ghostbusters, those are there, but they're never putting any other new ones on there.
Yeah, no.
They've just abandoned that platform. They've lost all the other licenses, so it's never coming to like any of the other stuff. And so there's Pinball FX 2 VR, not Pinball FX 3 VR. So you're never getting those fucking new Williams tables ever. And the Pinball FX 2 VR only has like 7 tables. It's like some of their core original like paranormal and shit like that are on there, but like not most of the ones you would want to play.
Pasha.
Yeah. It's like it's
BioLab.
like the state of it is just like, guys, it's nice that you like dipped your toes in this, but fucking commit. Like, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm not a game developer, and I don't want to shit on like, oh well, that's lots of hours to turn this normal table into a VR table. I feel like it shouldn't be. I feel like once you have the engine built,
yeah,
once
sticking
you
the
have
3D rendering.
Yeah, once you have the engine built and like, okay, well, there's the 3D rendering, plop it in there, and then hey, look, it's in VR now. But there's like none of that. Like, oh well, buy it on here and you get all their tables carry over. It's like, no, it's a whole separate fucking purchase, and it's just like, I just want to play video games.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's just like I don't have to like rebuy all this shit again and again and again. Like, that's why I like the games that are just like, there's a VR component of this game here. It's included. Like Super Hot. I'm still tempted to buy it VR because I fucking love Super Hot.
Yeah.
But it's like, it sucks that it's a whole separate full price game.
That is, I don't understand.
That's kind of mildly shitty. I feel like it's like, I feel like it. At worst, it should be like, all right, here, give us $6 and it's an add-on. Well, he'll give you the additional levels and turn the rest of the game VR.
And so often it feels like the VR version is like the gimped less version of the main game.
Yeah. So
It's like, here's your VR sampler of Super Hot.
Yeah.
For the same price.
Yeah, well, that's like that Arkham game. I mean, it's cool, but it's like, it's clearly a VR demo. I mean, it's like, it's not a fucking game at all. It just, for like, a good 20, 30 minutes, you're going to feel like Batman, and then it's over. But I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like, VR is still really fucking cool. It's just like,
Nobody cares.
well, yeah, it's a combination of like nobody cares, and the publishers aren't giving you any reason to care because they're, like I said, it's like, hey, we turned this 4 or 5, 6-year-old game that you beat way back then into VR. Like, they're doing Borderlands 2 in VR. 2.
Ooh.
Like cool, but also
Yeah.
fucking like if you're putting any members of your team on that instead of finishing fucking Borderlands 3, fuck you. like I don't care if it's like, 5 people can do it. It's like fucking put them on Borderlands 3 and finish that shit. It's been a long time since the last game. I don't know. It feels like it's half-assed on all sides. Like people don't I don't know. The people that are into it seem to be really into it. Like people that like VR are like, fuck yeah, where's the VR content? But the game manufacturer's like, I don't know.
Yeah. It's disappointing.
Yeah. And also, last thing, the Oculus Home got a big like upgrade. Like it used to be just like, hey, you're staying in this virtual home, and like, yeah, you can look around, but over here's where's your games and stuff. Now it's like more like a PS Home. Like you can customize shit, but it's fun because you can just like pop random shit into your room that is in your library or whatever. So you can just be like, I want a bow and arrow, and suddenly you got a bow and arrow in your hands, and you're like, like doing
Just like a real house.
yeah. But I don't know. It's just like there's really dumb fuckery you can do. Like you can also just pick up things that are already there, and like I think you click one button and it clones it. So I walked over just like a book on a shelf, and I picked it up, and I went clone, 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 clone. And so I just had this just fucking mountain of books, and not trying to go like all like Orwellian, but like I guess more Bradburian. But I was like I tried to go over to the fire and like light one of the books and see if I could set the pile on fire. It didn't work.
Didn't work.
Yeah, I don't think it wasn't probably. It's like 450 degrees. It was just a little off.
0 out of 10, no fire propagation.
Yeah.
Bummer.
Not nearly as good as Far Cry's
Yeah.
2 through 5.
Yeah.
Or actual reality.
Or actual reality, yeah.
Where fire will propagate quickly
Yeah.
and you die.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I did try the the sample Williams tables. I think that was on the list, so I think we'll just transition from there, talking about pinball.
Yeah.
Video game pinball.
Pinball.
So I didn't buy, did anyone buy it?
I did.
yeah.
Yeah, okay, you guys both
I
bought
bought it the day it
Yeah.
arrived.
Wow. Okay.
I played enough of the demo that they had put out for it to be like, yeah, this is all right. Like if it had been some,
I had the opposite reaction. I was like, I'm good. This is not very good.
Really?
Yeah.
the
I shut off
ability
the
to
bullshit
Yeah, the
very
ability to
quickly.
turn off the bullshit and just play the table was like, okay, this is exactly what I want it to
what
be.
bullshit?
All the Pinball FX bullshit of the 3D
like the
rendered
trails and stuff?
Well, like and the
trails,
numbers
the
jumping
points
out.
jumping off the ball.
They've added like 3D model characters. Like there's a fisherman on top of the fishtails table who's like throwing casting during your game.
like the dragon on Medieval Madness will blow fire all over the
Yeah.
screen.
I
and-
guess I didn't get that long enough because
It's-
I played the demo version of points. The Medieval Madness, like I guess it had so many points it cut you off
Yeah.
or whatever. And I don't know. I was just like, yeah, I'm not going to rebuy this. Fuck that.
I thought it was perfectly fine, and I like that you can go into the menu and select which version you want to play. But I also like that there's a toggle
yeah.
in mid game.
Yep.
And the transition effect that they have done on it is really rad.
Yeah.
Like you hit like Y or something, and it's just like this lightning effect either wipes all
Just
their bullshit
shimmers down
away,
the screen and-
or wipes up and adds all the bullshit back in. So it's kind of cool. The
Yeah.
only thing I don't like about it is that Pinball FX tables have that one table sound of ball on playfield rolling, and I fucking hate that sound. Like there's something about it.
I never noticed it on there.
I think they captured pinball rolling on playfield sound for their very first game, and they use that for everything. And it's just grating, and I can't stand it. And it just doesn't sound right on these Williams tables because it wasn't there in the Farsight versions. So, but other than that, I mean, they feel pretty good. Like the physics don't feel as stupid as I thought they would.
Yeah, it felt fine to me. Like and honestly, like high speed, the getaway.
Mm-hmm.
Like even leaving the bullshit on that one seemed fine.
Yeah.
The only thing I didn't like is the numbers popping up off the bumpers and the ball and that stuff.
You can
but-
actually toggle a
Toggle that
lot of the
part.
choices. Like
Yeah.
you can just have the extra visual flair, but not the numbers or stuff like that. And like some of the visual stuff is pretty okay.
Yeah.
It's faithful to the art of the game itself. It doesn't feel like someone came along 25 years later and just drew a bunch of shit on it. So
Yeah, and I mean, at this point, that's the only way I'm getting these tables on Xbox One. So
Yeah.
it's like, okay, I'm fine with it.
yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. I'm so pot committed on Pinball Arcade on Steam, it's like the thought of rebuying it anywhere is just like nah.
No, I totally understand that
Yeah.
feeling.
Sure.
Because, we've bought Medieval Madness a few times now.
Yeah, this is the 4th version of it that I
Yeah.
own.
Yeah, and Fishtails is the free one, which is kind of like, whatever.
I mean, I didn't totally hate it. I just like it. It felt just slightly off. I mean, I like the physics are better. I just don't think they're as good as Pinball Arcade's physics.
They're not.
And I was like, yeah, I have no onus to like get this. Like, there's no reason. Like,
Yeah,
I mean, with you having all the tables on PC, that doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're done.
Yeah, you've got them.
Your work is done.
yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like, well, if I want to play this on my Xbox, and also if I want them to keep doing this, I need to vote with my wallet.
Yeah, except I kind of don't like. I mean, I kind of want them to lose the license again. Like, I mean, because
Wait, you want Pinball FX to lose the license?
yes,
Already.
They just got it.
no, fuck them. Like, I mean, look, I mean, here's the thing. All right, so I'm not trying to take as strong a stance as like every Steam review for this is, but like their bullshit of like we're an E for everyone game, and we're going to modify these tables to match that. It's like, okay, your target market is people our age and older who actually play these tables. So if you want to do, like, if you want to keep your pinball effects as the super happy, friendly, like, this is all fun, introduce your kids to pinball, I feel like the Williams stuff, or, it should be like in a separate container with a separate rating, because
You thinking like Elvira tables?
yeah,
or-
I'm like, you're never gonna fucking do scared stiff. Like, there's no way to make that an E for everyone table. It's
Right.
impossible.
And they're never going to do big juicy melons.
well,
Hey, good.
but I mean, like,
actually, I think
It's a joke.
they are.
No.
I think I saw something.
but I mean, like, you can't even do like. I mean, I don't even think they would do Bride of Pinbot with an E for everyone. Like, I mean, that table's just fucking suggestive, and it's like. I don't want the holder of this rights to be changing things. Like, if you're, it's like suddenly if like we wouldn't be cool if suddenly like so and so lost the license and like, oh, well, only Walmart can put out NWA albums. It's like, well,
Right.
I'm not okay with that. Like, like you changing it because to match your stupid rules is not what that's not how I want this digitally preserved. Because in 5 years, it's like, that's the only version. And then suddenly it's like, well, this has changed forever. And we got the special edition situation. So I'm kind of like, fuck them for, people are taking a much stronger stance of like, this is awful, everything, fuck censorship. And I'm like, yeah, okay, EFF people, like, calm the fuck down a little bit. But like, at the same time, it's like I said, it's like, if they have this going forward and these are the digital versions of these tables going forward, no, fuck that. Like, I want them how they are, not modified. And I know right now we're talking about minor things because, it's like taking out the cigar and the blood on Medieval Madness. Who the fuck cares? But I bet there's lines that are removed. There were things that like some of the maidens said that I'm like, I bet that didn't pass muster.
So I
It
didn't
was-
even think about that.
yeah, I'm just like, so I'm like, no. Like, if you're going to fuck with them, no. I don't support altering.
Good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if I wanted to go back to Farsight or, whatever the fuck's happening there. But, I mean,
I honestly, I think they're done because like I've gotten the last like 2 newsletters from them. They don't even mention, hey, here are the next tables. None of that. I honestly think they're done.
they probably are.
And it would have to be because you can't just release Gottlieb tables because they're all garbage.
Well, I mean, at one of these pinball conventions, which we're about, I know we keep almost jumping ahead in topics, but
Yeah.
we listened to Gary Stern talk about them signing a thing with Farsight for that when they license tables, the digital license is pre-included.
Yep.
Going forward because they are going after more and more and more. Like, I mean, there's a Beatles table coming, and it's like, I'm sure that's going to have music, and like they've already signed for the music, which is notoriously one of the hardest things to sign for. You
Yeah.
know, the Beatles licensing. So it's like, if that deal was struck and it's like it's already on paper that yes, we can digitally recreate this, and fuck, like that sucks.
Was that a deal with Farsight or
Yeah.
or just
That's what Stern Pinball Arcade was supposed to be. It was
Yeah.
supposed to be like a few months after the real world table comes out, the digital version comes out. And that's what it started as because you got Star Trek and you got Mustang
Yeah.
and Ghostbusters. And then it was just like, nah.
I just couldn't remember if Stern said that it was a specific deal with Farsight or if when they did the licensing
It-
for
it-
the
it might be.
table,
They
they
might have-
also licensed it for digital
That's
use.
Gary's
Possible.
Gary's a little old. He might have misspoke.
Yeah. They could have it built into the licensing that if we make a digital version, that is included with these rights. But
So they might have meant that.
Yeah.
But right now, as far as we know, Stern is still partnered with Farsight, because they haven't spun off unlike Williams. So
Right.
I don't know. But anyway, talking
Yeah.
about pinball in the real world.
yeah, if you want to see these tables as they actually exist,
Which is
maybe.
still the best way,
Yeah,
honestly.
sure. Next week, depending on when you're listening to this. Yeah, my
Let's
God.
hear that soon already, huh?
Next weekend,
The
November
9th through the 11th.
Yeah, in Orlando, Florida. It is the the 4th, 5th Free Play Florida event.
Free Play Florida.
I don't know. We've been to 3. We've been to 4 of them. I think.
Did we miss the first one?
I think
it
maybe
did
we
because
did.
because it was the same year as Game or around the same time as a Game Warp. Or
Yeah,
something.
but yeah,
we backed the wrong pony in that race.
maybe. But yeah, this is a pinball and arcade show in Orlando, Florida that we go to, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
And
And hey, it's Orlando, so there's other reasons to go there. So.
sure, I mean it's
Make
awesome for
less-
us because it's so close.
Right. Yeah. But
Yeah.
It's been really good every year.
Yeah.
So far.
Yeah, there hasn't been turmoil like with Game Warp,
Yeah.
which was a great show.
The show
it was
was
just
good.
when you walked out of the show floor, you had to deal with that fucking hotel.
Being in fucking Sarajevo. Yeah.
Oh my God! So yeah, a tale of two cities in one city for pinball
yes,
shows.
it was the best of times.
Yes.
It was the worst of times.
However, this one is at a new hotel that we have not been to.
It could be shitty.
It,
we never know.
It could be.
It looks like it's a gorgeous hotel.
It does
though.
look
It's
like a very nice hotel.
It's like a resort and convention center.
The Caribe Royale.
Yeah, it's got a nice name.
Yeah.
A nice rang
I'm
to
gonna
it.
get fruity drinks
Yep.
and play pinball.
Yeah, so catch us after dark for fruity drinks, and
And catch me during the light. I don't care. I'm gonna have some
I don't
fruity
want
drinks.
people to bother me until I've had a few.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying I will have the fruity drinks during the daylight. I don't give a shit.
And I am not going, so it is guaranteed to be an awesome time for everyone because that's how these go.
Oh man.
Well,
who-
if you just show up, then we'll have a bad time.
So you're not like coming down even for a day, like at all?
Probably not.
Oh,
Come
maybe.
to the Caribe Royale.
I'm gonna
have a
torment
few
you with
laughs.
photos on Friday and just be like, dude, Saturday,
Yeah, I'll wake up Saturday morning and
get your
be
ass
there.
down here. Yeah.
Be there by 8.
God, who's the dude we met last year who was like just fucking slayed us for like half an hour? Like we were drinking, he just came over.
Oh my god, I wish I could remember his name, but
oh, Bam.
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 Yes, thank you.
Yeah, I'm here for these things.
Yeah, thanks.
Dan Margera?
No.
No, just some
Bam
dude.
like Alabama.
Yeah,
Yeah.
some dude named Bam that was like his friends were from Jacksonville.
Something like
No,
that.
he was from Jackson.
He was from
Yeah.
Jacksonville.
Yeah.
It was wild. We talked about
all kinds of things.
We
unmentionables.
Yeah.
bonded
Yeah.
And
And you didn't
Sitting out by the
remember his
pool.
name.
yeah.
I just have a bad memory.
It was a year ago. Lots happened.
It was a different world back then.
Place in my heart for Bam. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. So we'll be on the lookout for Bam.
Yeah.
Except it's at a
Bam
different
watch.
hotel, and that event won't be happening at
That's true. He
Caribe.
was not there for pinball. He was
No.
there for the
FAMU
college
thing.
reunion.
Yeah, FAMU
What?
college
They
reunion.
could have moved it.
They could have.
That's true. Yeah. I can't wait to see what conflicting events are in this hotel.
I know.
That's always the best. It's like
That is the best part.
It's
of
like
it.
be like a karate
children's
tournament.
taekwondo. And fucking
No kidding.
pinball.
Every year it's been the fucking taekwondo
Yeah.
tournament.
I like when it's whatever Black Family Reunion. That is my favorite.
Well, it's a FAMU thing that
Yeah.
happens.
It was FAMU
Florida
something.
A&M
Yeah.
University. In
But-
case you're not from Florida.
Game Warp had the same thing. Like we were always there with the Black College reunion, and
Yeah.
it's just like, man, these are the most.
There was one year where it was literally a family
Yeah.
Yeah.
reunion.
Well, no, that was
the
that
best
was
one
that was
because
the
I like,
Latino family in Atlanta, I believe. There was like a huge wedding or something.
yeah.
Like
That might have been it. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it was just like all like the largest family you've ever seen.
Yeah.
and that was I think I was in Atlanta.
Because that was the kickboxing year.
Nothing gets weirder though than unless it's
MegaCon and the
MegaCon and the
cheerleaders, yep.
cheerleaders. Jesus Christ, that is the weirdest goddamn thing. Especially when you start to play the game of cheerleader or cosplay cheerleader. like I don't know enough about Glee or these other things to know if you're cosplaying or if you're an actual cheerleader.
If she's carrying a sword, she's probably a cosplayer.
Yeah.
Well, sure, yes, but I mean some of them like
Some cheerleaders carry swords.
yeah.
That's why I said probably.
Hashtag not all cheerleaders
Yes.
carry swords. It's a
Yes.
long hashtag, but it's very important.
It just keeps going.
Checks out.
The whole tweet is a hashtag.
Hashtag not your
But no,
sword.
yeah, that's the weirdest, most awkward. Like I am frightened for everyone here.
Yeah.
Please stop. Send
Yeah,
help.
that was. Yeah.
Oh, it was even creepier in the earlier years, like when it was less crowded. Because like I felt like there was a lot more wander. Like I feel like now it's like, this is MegaCon. Here are some barriers, and don't come from one convention area to the other. And now it's just like,
Well, I always think it's funny because like for every show that we go to, and there's either like a kickboxing or taekwondo event or something, it's like those kids are always super fascinated by what we're doing, and we're like, we want to come watch you kickbox.
Yeah.
Where is it?
Show me where you kick the shit out of another kid.
Yeah.
I want to see it.
I want to see you legally kick another kid in the face and get cheered for it.
we want you to do what we can't do.
Right.
Kick children in the face.
Kick that kid.
Yeah.
Nothing could be better.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's a show we're familiar with, but a hotel we're not. So,
Shenanigans.
yes, shenanigans and fruity drinks.
And we were all, as far as I know, we all got the Saturday nighttime pass.
yes,
So
which last year was the best investment
totally, 100% worth it.
because then Sunday we were like, I don't know, what do you want to do?
This year we're going to be tripping balls as some synthwave is playing. We're just trying to play pinball, and it's like, fuck, I'm in the upside down.
Blah.
So November 9th through 11th.
Yes,
Yes.
do it.
Join us.
Man.
It's just right around the corner.
It's so good.
sunny Orlando.
Maybe.
I mean,
right
it's just
down the
right around the
road.
corner for us.
Yeah, but don't worry if you can't make it. We've got one here locally in March. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm very much looking forward to that.
Put Retro Jacks on your radar
Yeah.
if you are in the southeast area.
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah, we will show you around to all the fabulous places that don't exist in this town.
right.
It's near my house.
Yeah,
Well, you have to show up.
yeah. Damn, we'll burst you up.
Well, I'm sure my wife's family will schedule something that weekend so that I have to be.
Put it
out
on
of
the
town.
calendar
Wait,
now.
Yeah, circle
Yeah.
it now.
Yeah. I'm
Hold
doing
up.
it now.
Bill in the chat says, I don't know if he's fucking with us, but he says there's a nursing convention that weekend at the Caribe.
No way.
Hello, nurse.
No way.
I'm into it.
I
Man, scrubs as
All
far
right.
as the eye can see. Mackey's in
all
now.
right, I'm coming down.
Yeah, this is gonna be bad.
I
The
do-
nurses pushed me over the edge.
I
Yeah.
do want some scrubs.
Doctor
Oh, I
in my
get it.
eyes.
This scrub is a guy who can't get enough of scrubs.
I do want some
You didn't know
scrubs.
where that was going, did you?
I did not.
It just kind of ran away from you there.
Chuck, you have to drive so that I can hang out the side of my best friend's ride, and I'm going to try.
Well,
to,
why is Chuck going to be driving?
Oh, I don't know. Just
Whose car is?
Yeah.
is
I
it
just
gonna
had
be
to go with the
somebody else's
rhyme.
car?
Okay, it's not facts.
That checks out.
All right.
We're just fucking burning each
Do
other.
you guys want a couple emails?
Oh, we got emails?
Yeah, sure.
Holy shit.
It's been a long time since we last casted, so
yeah.
eventually, eventually,
on a not
emails-
long enough timeline.
Eventually, emails show up. But yes, on a long enough timeline, emails show up.
Right.
all inboxes go to zero.
First one is Jay from Vegas.
Hey, Jay.
Who says, "Hey, No Quarters crew. Jay from the prequel to Fallout New Vegas here, and I don't know what was in the fucking massive update I had to download for Destiny 2, but it fixed every single issue that made me abandon that game back in 2017. And it's a PS Plus game for October, so go get it. Also, I'm replaying Red Dead Redemption to prepare myself for the sequel, and aside from the occasional cartoonish voice actor, I'm looking at you, Irish. That is a really good game, and so much more than Grand Theft Horse. Also, if any of my coworkers are listening, you're all sons of bitches for using up the allowed vacation time at the end of October, and I will never forgive you." So between that, Fallout 76, and Smash, I think I got my year pretty well wrapped up gaming-wise. I doubt anything will convince me to drop Octopath Traveler as my FODY, but RDR2 is the best bet. Anyway, Ghost Ride the Whip, and hit that ramp with your horse, Fitty. Jay, sent from the AOL dial-up connection Sony uses for PSN.
Good sign off. I like that.
Yeah.
Somehow Jay preemptively hit all our talking points from this episode.
Yeah, pretty much. Nailed it.
Except Fallout 76, which none of us gives a fuck about.
I'm interested in it. I'll say that. But
Curious about it, but
that'll be one that I'll probably wait at least a couple weeks on.
Yeah.
You know,
That-
it
to
seems
me,
like
that
the only
game is
Fallout
just-
that I've wanted to play, but
Yeah, to me, that's just nothing I want out of Fallout, unfortunately.
having bounced off of Fallout hard despite loving the aesthetic more than life itself.
Yeah.
Uh,
God, that aesthetic's so good. Yeah. Anyway, other email we got is from Carlos, a.k.a. Jack of Tropes,
hi,
who
Carlos.
says, "'Tis for Harlow, about Armello. says, hello, dudes. I've been listening to you guys since those days of yore when Chuck was a wee intern in Bamfcast. And as much as I enjoy your stuff and feel like I've gotten to know you, I never felt the drive to write you until Harlow mentioned he got Armello in the Humble Bundle. I love Armello. League of Legends made a truly beautiful virtual board game that will never exist in real life unless it came packed with some 30-plus dice and players were willing to spend hours throwing them, double-checking every minute minute rule, and keeping notes and tracking on anything that happened during a match. So no. I've spent 300-plus hours playing the thing and dealing with the punching RNG. So, as much as I like the game, I'll be the first to admit that it won't be everybody's cup of tea. To make a long story even longer, and I wrote a review on Steam, which he sends a link to, which we can put in the notes. And he said he says what makes it compelling and... Sorry. I'm trying to edit this on the fly, and it's not working. So you're going to have to edit that out, John.
Okay.
So, yeah. But yeah, he sends a link to his review, which I'll put in the show notes. But he says, if you enjoy the game, let me know so we can set up playing together, and I'll gladly teach you the subtleties of the gameplay. Mm-hmm. Crash and burn and rot. Carlos, a.k.a. Drac of Tropes. But yeah, he really likes Armello, though he seems to be comparing it to League of Legends, which is kind of...
Well,
that's rough territory to cross.
No, I mean, I don't know. I think he's trying to directly compare it, or if he's saying like League of Legends would make a really cool board game, but impossible to do.
Yeah.
But or not impossible, but like a super complex Warhammer style thing happening.
Yeah. Well, and there's some games.
Actually, throw a recommendation. I'm sorry to jump.
Yeah. No,
okay.
go for it.
If you like that sort, like, I don't know what it is, boss arena or what, I don't know,
Lords Management.
Are you talking about like mobile,
Like-
on multiplayer online battle arena? That's what a MOBA is.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, a MOBA.
Okay.
Where you lane in
But-
jungle.
Yes, but if you like that, but you want a board game sort of version of it, there's a game called Rum and Bones,
Okay.
and it's pretty neat. It comes
Is
with
it
a
a
bunch
pirate
of figures.
game?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's like spectral pirates and shit.
It's
pretty
enhanced
good.
spectral pirate.
Enhanced spectral pirates. How many Idle Thumbs references can we cram into this
Yeah.
episode?
2.
All of them.
Yeah, but there are like a lot of those. There are a lot of games like that. Like we've talked about Zombies, the board game, where we're like, man, I would want a digital version of this that just keeps track of all the bullshit for
Yeah,
you.
I played it. It's not very good. They made one.
Yeah, I remember
I think
it was
a
on mobile,
was
right?
it no, I think they made a 360 arcade game
Really?
or something. Yeah.
I don't remember that.
No, it came in like under the radar because it wasn't great.
Yeah.
I mean, it played and it had the rules. It was like, it's one of those games, sort of like, what the hell's the Danger Zone? Like the first Danger Zone, where it's like, yeah, this is working. It's just hollow. Like there's nothing.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I feel like I'm in an empty VR space and like you didn't finish it.
Yeah.
You know, like there's just something about like Zombies was that way. It was like, okay, this is functional, but there's like no noises, and the noises are there are bad. It was just like it was like that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's no Catan or Carcassonne.
Yeah, where it has like some soothing ass music while you're playing and stuff. But no, I just to answer the main question, I still haven't played Armello. Lots of things have come up. I'm just addicted to like games. I mean, like I want to play more Dead Cells. I want to play more Red Dead.
Yeah.
Like at least now, I'm done with Spider-Man until the next. I'm not going to pick up Spider-Man until the next DLC comes out. But it's like just these things where I'm like, I got to back and do that.
Yeah, we need to slow down because I got Hitman coming out in a couple weeks.
Yeah, and luckily I've kicked things like I'm not playing Slay the Spire anymore. I've got everything I need out of that game.
Really?
And, yeah, I'm done. Like
That was like permanently on your now playing
I know
list for
I'm
a
saying,
while.
Yeah, but I mean I now have officially I think I've unlocked every card and thing there is, and I'm like, okay, just be done with
So
it.
you weaned yourself off
Yeah.
that. You weaned yourself off Dungeons 3,
Yep.
right?
Yeah. I mean, I've gone back to FTL recently, but and at work, like that's a great work game. That's such a good
Yeah.
work game because it's like it auto pauses when you tab away, and it's just,
Yeah.
it's so good,
I
and it's
understand.
low engine powered. I don't know.
I get it, man.
Yeah.
So,
I still realized like I still had 2 ships I never unlocked, so now it's 1. Now there is only 1.
So, if you want to write us,
Mhm.
write us at wheremyskull@noquarters.net,
That's a good.
as in the location of my skull. as in the reference to 50 Cent, Blood in the Sand.
My skull. Where it at?
Yeah. Also, check us out, noquarters.net. All the social stuff's on there, including links to our Discord server, which is hopping and has some video game chat
Yeah.
areas, plus plenty of other stuff. And the nice, good crew that aren't shitheads.
Yeah, we have a good group in there.
Which sadly is how you have to judge the internet now. Is
Right.
it like, are there shitheads?
If there are shithead, well, I'll say this: there are 0 bans on our server so far, because we haven't had to ban anybody.
That is not an invitation.
Correct.
It's just a statement of fact.
Don't be the first, because I'll do it. I will.
Yeah. you
Wow,
fucker.
it's big
Yeah.
talk.
It is.
Yeah.
But yes, if you like what we do, we have Patreon, patreon.com/BMFcast. That's our sister site, but plenty of video game content in there, including our Let's Slay gameplay videos where we play classic arcade games and talk about them.
Talk shit about them.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say classic. I should say old arcade games.
Yeah.
I don't think we've played any actual classics.
Classic era.
That's I mean, that Spider-Man game is pretty well known.
We
but-
played Moonraker.
Yeah, well, Moonwalker. We
Or
did
Moonwalker, yeah.
Moonwalker's pretty classic, but I mean, like, most of the time, it's Chuck's basically doing the Bamfcast version of video games. Like, what's shitty that
Well, no,
nobody
it's
played?
it's less that. It's like, what the hell is this?
Well,
Yeah.
there's that too. I mean, we have other requests. Like, I requested B-Rap Boys
Yeah.
because I don't know how I found that, but I was like,
I've played the actual arcade.
really?
Yeah.
I'd never heard of that.
I remember playing B-Rap Boys way back in the day, and I did
Okay.
not realize how offensive it is.
Well,
It was a different time. But yeah. But anyway, yeah, plenty of videos like that. Plenty of exclusive podcast content. So check it out,
Please.
please, and thank you.
Right.
So you guys got anything else?
I do not.
Nah.
Nah.
Is it time for a special announcement?
What, that we're leaving? That we're not, this is the last episode?
No,
Oh.
we're gonna keep going.
No
Oh.
quarters will return, and no
Yeah.
quarters 101.
That's a palindrome.
It is.
You're my palindrome.
So many people seem disappointed that we were going to cancel the show. That we
So
decided
many
to keep
people.
doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like all 3 of you who are like, no, don't go.
Please, no, don't stop doing the
I
show.
like when you talk about video games.
So we'll do one more.
Yep.
Fine.
So we'll be back for 101st episode.
Yeah, it'll be the
more.
wonderful
And then-
101.
We're done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Yeah.
let's get out of here. I'm Mackie,
I'm BJ.
I'm Chuck.
And I'm Harlow.
and this is No Quarters Out.
Motherfucking video game podcast.
Exactly.
That was just a single truck horn.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like getting the second one out
Couldn't
there.
do more than one.
Nah. You're in my lane, lady.
Yeah. Emergency Nurses Association.
I got an emergency.
Yeah.
You know.
Tinder's gonna be fucking lit that day. Bunch of ER nurses.
Yep.
Like, I'm used to
Last
it.
day of the convention.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'll be like, hey.
Hey, that's a nice new nurse's uniform.
Right. I'm
Oh,
sure they'll
are
be
they?
wearing their nurses uniform.
No, I'm just going to try to work the Rushmore line in there.
Oh, yeah.
Just wait until one of them says they're OR scrubs.
Oh,
Oh.
are they?
Are they?
And Mike Flynn. Maybe they'll watch my live stream.
No, they won't.
Nurses don't want to see you, Jack.
Nurses love.
They already see enough
Well,
gross stuff. They
at
don't want to
least-
see you jacking it.
At least they'll be on site for when I injure myself from the nonstop jacking it.
Jack.
Why is that so funny? I mean, not just saying jacking it, but like the non-stop jacking it.
Nonstop jacking it.
'Cause it sounds like a radio show for perverts.
We're back on WANG, non-stop jacking it.
Rip the
to back
knob off.
We're back on,
Literally.
unless
Don't rip your knob.
unless you're west of the Rockies, and then we're on KNOB, still jacking it.
KEET.
2 for Tuesday.
Back to back jacking.
Plays your favorite hits.
4-hour
that's
cock
right.
block.
A 4-hour nonstop
Uninterrupted.
rock block and cock block.
Penises.
Dicks. Sporting goods.
Yep. Them nurses are gonna never know what's coming.
Oh, they'll know I'm coming.
You're right. They will not, Chuck, because they will not be in your room.
No, all the nurses. They'll be like, jacking it live stream.
Jacking it in room 148. I'm so there. Because they're checking Twitch on their fucking
Yeah.
on their smoke break from somebody talking about emergency
these are people
dialysis.
Whose lives are stressful enough.
Yeah.
We don't need Chuck jacking it to add to that.
Oh, God. I saw 3 gunshot victims this week, but he never broke eye contact. It's fucking weird. It's like there's like nobody there. It's just a webcam.
His eyes are
Oh my god.
Whew.
Maybe I'll do a live shot by the pool.
No. Do not do.
any shots. You'll get arrested.
No.
Yes.
Anything goes at the Caribe.
No. That's not true at all.
I'm back out. I'm not going anymore.
It's like international
Well, don't go on Friday.
Yeah.
That's probably.
Yeah, he'll be all tuckered out by Saturday. He claims nonstop jacking. There's going to be some stopping.
Yeah. Probably 1 or 2 stops.
Saturday about noon, he'll be like, "Where can we get oysters?" No, Chuck. Putting a stop to the jacking now.
Fuel.
Caribe Royale Jack Attack.
Have a fun Halloween, jackers.
You too, friend.
Oh my God.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
All right, time to end this live stream.